As we wrap up 2025, one thing's clear. Uncertainty isn't temporary. It's the world we live in now. Noble Gold Investments helps Americans protect what they've built with real gold and silver, holding value when everything else feels uncertain. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com and take your first step toward a safe future. This holiday season, when you open up a qualified account, you'll receive 10 1-ounce commemorative silver holiday coins. Visit Noble Gold today. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Many supplements on the market are hard to absorb or packed with fillers, but that's not the case with Quicksilver Scientific. Quicksilver Scientific is a U.S.-based company that manufactures advanced liposomal supplements, making nutrients easier for your body to absorb and put to work quickly. Made in Colorado in an NSF GMP certified facility and rigorously tested, this is science-first supplementation. After adding ultravitamin into my routine, recovery feels faster and I don't hit that midday crash anymore. Trusted worldwide for supplements that truly make a difference in performance, resilience, and well-being. Quicksilver Scientific makes advanced liposomal supplements so you can actually feel the difference. Energy, focus, calm, recovery. Get 10% off plus free shipping at tryqs.com/podcast. That's tryqs.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Hello, kitties. This is your Julie, the Crypt Keeper, and you're listening to Slasher Radio.
All right, you guys ready to go?
Yeah.
Born ready, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, get this plushie. Welcome to Slasher Radio with your hosts Mikey Bones, Rob Humphrey, and Kat Blower. What's going on, guys? It's Murder by Numbers time.
Murder by Numbers, it's back.
All right. We did it.
We did do it, man. God damn it. And I'm proud of us for it because we wanted to do it last year and it just never got done.
We were stupid last year. We were like, well, we did it in October the first time, so we'll do it in October. And then we're like, oh, October's going to be too busy. And then not shit happened in October.
Yeah. And to be fair, the whole Terrifier thing the year before that we did for October with David Howard Thornton and Lauren Lavera, that kind of popped up last minute almost. That's kind of what we thought last year, but with the strikes and everything, it just was nothing going on.
Nothing happened.
So we could have did like 2 of these if we wanted to. Yeah. But either way, we are finally bringing back Murder by Numbers. Anybody
you
who's
guys
not
remember
familiar,
how to do Murder by Numbers, right? Because I don't.
Yes.
Well, let me go over it. I was gonna say this is for anyone who is new to the show or whatever, but you should know, Rob. This now applies to you.
Mm-hmm.
No shame.
No. Oh, here's the thing. I don't remember how we did the episodes. Like, I don't remember if we talked about each individual movie first or if we just jumped into the rankings.
Yeah, we just jumped right into the rankings.
And the reason I really bring this up is because we got a lot fewer movies this time around.
And that is why we're doing horror news.
See, I feel like that's a bad idea, but
We went like round table number, I guess it would be 6 in this case, up through 1, countdown style.
yeah, but I feel like that's a bad idea. But
You're only thinking that's a bad idea because there's not that many movies in this franchise. When we get to Texas Chainsaw, how are we going to do that?
I'm just telling you, man. Like, this episode that we're recording right now is going to be like 20 minutes long.
I wish, but no, it's not because we got horror news coming up.
And you and I both recently changed our rankings, so
I'm gonna act like this is just gonna go well, Kat. Like,
know.
oh yeah, we'll just go through our rankings, no problem, breeze through. Like, we're not gonna yell at each other, especially over this. You guys are about to piss me off. A little behind the scenes. I'm gonna get. We got.
Hang on. What did I do?
You didn't do nothing yet, but I know what you're gonna do. So, real quick, we have horror news we're gonna go through. We do have a text message and drink roll call, and then we'll get into our Scream rankings for the first week of Murder by Numbers. But before that, even I forgot my third point. I remember what I'm getting into, but I don't know if I'm gonna remember. Murder by Numbers, we have 3 franchises, and each week we rank them. This week is going to be Scream. This year we're doing Scream, Child's Play, Texas Chainsaw. So next week will be Child's Play. Week after that, Texas Chainsaw. Following week, we rank all of the rankings for these 3 franchises into one master ranking.
Using my special proprietary math.
Okay. Yeah, I can't remember what the hell I was getting to at the back end of all this, so that's
Who the hell
unfortunate.
Well, that's okay, because I have an announcement. This is actually the first Murder by Numbers that we're going to be doing since coining the term Franch.
Yes.
God damn it.
So I'd appreciate it if moving forward you said that we were ranking 3 Franches.
Yes,
That's
Mikey,
more accurate.
That is.
No!
No,
not gonna do that. No.
Mikey, you need to stick with the branding, please.
Not gonna do it. No.
All right.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into all of that. The screen, yeah, Rob, this isn't gonna just breeze through and go well.
All right. This is gonna be a short episode. That's my prediction.
All right.
I hope so.
And then you guys are gonna be like, "Oh, we should talk about the fucking movies." I'm gonna be like, "I told you, motherfuckers," because you know I am not above, and I told you so.
Well, we talk about the movies as they come up.
Yeah. Rob acting like he's new here. And then, no, I will never say, oh, no. I'd be like, yeah, I only got to edit a 20-minute episode. Let's go.
Plus,
So,
I took notes on all the movies, too. So, great. I did that for nothing.
Who told you? That's where it is now. He's mad about that. All right. Drink roll call. I got a can of Coca-Cola. This is it.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my herbery, but I am... No alcohol.
Yeah, so I had 2 old fashions, and in the break between the Patreon episode and this episode, I thought, oh, I'm gonna go make another drink, and then I stood up and realized that was a bad idea. So I am drinking now just cheer wine and hoping to sober up a little bit.
I am drinking. I'm gonna send a picture into the group chat. It's not one of my fancy cocktail things, but I did choose beer based off of the art on the can. So
okay.
Usually when I do this, I try to do like spooky horror art, but I found a dragon today. So I came home with dragon beer. It's called Dragon Fandango, and it is mango passion fruit, dragon fruit sour beer.
Damn. That's cool as shit.
It is a cool can. I've never been a fan of sours, though.
I thought I was not a fan of sours, and then we did like a local brewery tasting event, and my favorite beer of the night, they have this sour cherry beer that's local to me that I can never find at stores anywhere since I've been to that event. That has kind of turned me around on that. So
I know people who love them. I know a girl who drinks that's like also drink sour beers, but I never liked them.
All right. Text message.
Trace the call. It's coming from inside the house.
917-397-KILL. That's 917-397-5455. You can send in a text message or leave a voicemail for the show. Voicemails will air. Text messages are read by Ghostface. He handles all the phone calls and text messages and whatnot.
Oh, real quick, I opened the beer. It is pink. I was not expecting that.
Ooh.
I have regrets.
Well, Mikey's gonna want to go rush out and buy it now.
That's fucked up. I was just gonna say too, lucky you, Cat, because that sounds good as fuck. I don't care.
If I had a glass, I would try to get a better picture of it, but I'm already in my office.
Alrighty. Do.
Hi, fuckers. Your text message this week is from Little Miss Huge Clown Penis, Allie Surreal. She writes, with Scream Franch rankings this week, and since you're all probably going to do it wrong, I decided to share with you the only correct and definitive Scream Franch ranking based on Gale Weathers' hair in each film. Coming in at number 1, we have Scream 5. Obviously, she looks great. A sophisticated, kinder, more mature version of herself, inside and out. Second, we have Scream. Gale's hair is blunt cut, complete with bangs and cheap blonde streaks, while extremely dated, still holds up as an iconic Gale look. In third, Scream 4. Her hair is long and tastefully layered, a solid Gale look.
God damn it.
In fourth, Scream 2. Gale sports a rather sophisticated bob with muted red highlights that hint at a softer version of the ambitious career woman from the first film.
What the fuck?
Fifth, we have Scream 6. The majority of Gale's screen time is spent with her hair in a ponytail. While not terrible, it is less styling than we are accustomed to when it comes to Gale Weathers. And in dead last, to no one's surprise, we have Scream 3. Gail's infamous baby bangs. I'm not sure what the thought behind this look was, but it undoubtedly earned the bottom on this ranking. There you have it, the definitive ranking based on the real star of the Scream franchise, Gail Weathers. You're welcome. That is the end of whatever bullshit Allie was going on about. What the fuck is this? I had to find out through some damn text message that you buffoons are doing a Scream franchise ranking, and you don't let me out of this cave for that? There will be hell to pay if you ever pull some crap like this again.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well,
Also, he's getting a little testy.
we might have fucked up.
come back in like 3 weeks. We're going to be doing something
Yeah.
very similar to this.
I first of all, Allie, kudos to you for putting in the work to do that. Secondly, extra kudos for using the term French. I appreciate
Yes,
it.
I don't like
that
that.
was appreciated.
Also, honestly, ranking these movies based on the appearance of Gail Weathers is maybe the most Allie thing I've ever heard. So I appreciate it.
That's so true. Yeah, that was annoying. I don't like that. When Scream 5 was a 5 or 6 was pumping out, she would this when she did this, and it's like, God damn it, man. She would like, I'm so worried and concerned about Scream 6 and then where I'm gonna put it after I seen it, and she wouldn't shut the fuck up about the Gail Weathers hair ranking, and here we are.
I also, just for those of you that aren't on the Patreon listening to this, for our other listeners, it came with a graphic. We have
Yeah.
like reference photos of
Yes.
Gail's hair. It's very official. I really appreciate it. This is above and beyond.
I also, honestly, having not spent a ton of time with it, I think she kind of nailed it. Like I don't
Okay.
I don't know that
Well,
I have any
hang on.
notes.
I disagree with the ranking. It's the one part of this that I don't love. I feel like these might be some hot takes.
I might swap Scream 4's look with Scream 5's.
Well,
I like Scream 4's look. No, I'm sorry. I like Scream 2. It was at number 4.
No, I
Yeah.
don't like her. I don't like that. I don't like those red highlights.
yeah, I will say I do think and it's not even that I'm me with my accidental red highlights currently. I'm not even against red highlights, but Courtney Cox just looks so striking with that dark hair.
Mhm.
She's one of the few people that can like really just pull off that full dark hair and look amazing, you know? I all of the dark hair at the top.
So that's Kat saying Scream 3 is at the top of the list.
No. Scream 3 is the one correct one on this.
Okay.
But then Scream 2 needs to get moved
Damn.
to like right above that. And then Scream 2 can be like right above that. Like I would pretty much like bangs dead last, and then we sort by color. The darker the better.
I don't know, man. I like I like the look of her in Scream, the original. I think that looks good on
What
her.
are we doing talking about Gail
I don't
Weathers' hair
know.
right now?
God damn it,
All
Allie.
yeah. See, this is why it was annoying. Allie, you're a pain in the ass. God damn it. That was unnecessary.
That was great.
Clown penis.
Just saying.
We appreciate it.
All right, horror news, real quick.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Kelly Clarkson with Wayfair. My favorite thing about the holidays? Decking out my whole house. It's not a competition, but if it was, well, I'd win the season with Wayfair. Outdoor inflatable Santa? Got it on Wayfair. Trees, lights, and ornaments? Wayfair. Hosting must-haves like dining sets, beds, sheets, and towels? Wayfair. For everything in your style delivered with fast and free shipping, visit wayfair.com or the Wayfair app to win the season. But again, it's not a competition.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
There's not a lot to talk about, but there is a little bit to talk about. Just a lot of these we'll be able to just breeze through. There is one thing that we'll be able to talk about later on. So stop me if you guys are interested, but I kind of broke these up into compartments because there's a lot of stuff going on in the gaming world as well. So we could just quickly breeze through that. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the game, put out, I think it's like just a kill pack. Like, I don't know. I've been so engulfed with Dead by Daylight stuff recently that honestly, and Killer Clowns, like I just really haven't been paying attention. But I did see recently that they put more kills into the game one way or another, and they're just brutal. Like, they went out of their way to make them as bloody as they could. I haven't seen all of them, but what I've seen, they've done a phenomenal job.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, that's we love that. Multiverses is a new game that came out by the WB, and they have Jason in there. Rob's seen on Discord me getting my ass whooped.
Yeah, I watched you play a couple of games. I had no fucking idea what was happening. There was so much shit going on the screen at once. I had no clue what was going on at any given time.
For anyone who's not familiar or hasn't played it yet, it's pretty much Super Smash Brothers with a bunch of different characters. Jason Voorhees being one of them that was announced recently. I did play him in game. There is apparently also a Jason X skin that is, I didn't see that shit in the game. So I don't know if that's like not out yet, but you best believe I'm going to be, I've spent like $15 on this fucking game and it's free. Like, I'm annoyed. They also have a gizmo. So I had to get the Mogwai. So it was a whole thing with me in this game, and now I can't stand it and don't want to fucking look at it. But I have Jason and a Mogwai.
So you'll buy their Mogwai, but not the Mountain Dew Mogwai.
Absolutely. They didn't charge me $300 for a damn Mogwai. It was like $5-10. Yeah, so good for Multiverse. Jason's out there. We talked about that last week. Killer Clowns is now out and available. You seen? Oh yeah, you were in Alley's stream when we were playing it, right, Rob?
Yeah, I've seen it.
What do you think?
I don't like it.
From someone who hasn't played it.
Yeah, I haven't played it. To me, it looks kind of confusing. I didn't know what the hell was going on a lot of the time. It didn't seem like you guys, while you were playing, really knew what the hell was going on either.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't care for it. Like, I have seen enough to know that I'm probably not buying it.
Yeah. A friend of the show, Will the Thrill. He has a YouTube page, Darth Duke Rye. You can go check that out. A lot of Killer Clowns content, and he's been like the biggest fan of this game for so long and pushing for its release more than anybody I've seen. And he's not going to love what I say about this right now, but even he has stated a couple of things. It's not that he hates it or anything, but he has problems with it as well. It's a very frustrating game. It looks amazing. It looks absolutely incredible. The amount of work they put into this game is above and beyond. The maps and how great the clowns look. Phenomenal. But there is no direction in this game. I had no fucking clue what to do. We're running out and shit's collapsing at exits for no goddamn reason. And then someone in Allie's chat tells us, oh, well, you have to do this. Like, you didn't even tell it. Like, how are we supposed to know that? So I don't know. They just have some work to do, I think. And this is a highly anticipated game that I spent $60 on for the premium. Mm-hmm. So I really hope they get to work on it because it is fun. And I don't know, maybe when we'll be able to play with Will and all play together, we'll learn. But not everyone has a Will, though, who knows and did all his homework on the game and can hold our hand and teach us. What do new players?
Everybody
do?
Should thank their lucky stars for that.
Yeah, we do.
Thrill me.
I will say it does look great. Like the look of the game is really good.
Yeah, phenomenal.
But based on the little bit of gameplay that I've seen so far, this is not a game I'm going to be buying.
All right, Kat, have you looked at anything? Have you seen anything on this yet?
I have. I'm in a similar spot as Rob. Like I didn't try real hard to understand it because I just knew going in it was not going to be a game I was going to be super interested in playing. But I've had some fun watching the streams. It is confusing to pick up as a watcher, like as an audience member. I do feel like I'm getting more confused than because it's an issue I've had with other games too, because I am a very tactile learner in games. I do better playing the game and understanding the mechanics than I do watching the game, where it takes me a really long time to pick it up. I had kind of that same issue with Texas Chainsaw, actually, but I picked up Texas Chainsaw a lot faster than I'm picking up Killer Clowns. Like, I never know what people are trying to do watching. Of course, it also sounds from this conversation like players might not know what they're trying to do either. So
yeah, it sucks, man. I wanted it to be better.
But it is pretty.
Oh, it's incredible. And that's the problem. I feel like TCM suffered a little bit. They're trying to do something different to stand out from Dead by Daylight. And it just is really hard to do. Really, really hard to do. Because that balance between and in making sure people have fun is the most important thing. And with multiple killers, you can't control how people play.
Yeah.
A lot in that game, just like TCM, was 2 or all 3 of them running around together, and there is nothing you can fucking do about it when they run into you. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be spread, like the thought process is spread out as a team, you know, all 3 and you do your thing. They don't do that. And there's no direction to be able to make them pay for that because we don't know what the fuck to do to, you know, make them focus on objectives. They just run around clapping cheeks, and it's something else.
Yeah. The thing about TCM, though, was I picked it up, played that game, and was great at it immediately.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it
I remember
wasn't
that.
confusing at all. I was incredible at it. I immediately understood what was happening and how to master the game.
Bullshit.
Not true.
That's not what the ranking said. So
he got carried, and it was a glitch.
I won the game.
Literally.
And I almost had as many points as you. I was only just a handful of points shy of what you did, Mikey. It was the first time I'd ever played the game.
This motherfucker locked 2 doors.
I
I
retired.
want to have everybody know. That's what he did. He ran around, got lost.
and he watched Grandpa.
Yeah, I watched Grandpa.
And he got rescued from the basement. So
Hmm?
you know.
That was great.
We're moving forward. Yeah, we're moving forward. It is dope, though, that there's a lot of stuff going on in the gaming world. I will say that. There's a couple of things that are now available on DVD, so we can run through that as well. Oh, well, and streaming. Godzilla -1 is now available on Netflix and digital in the United States. I can finally watch this fucking movie, I think.
Yeah, I learned that it was available on Netflix just a little bit ago, or I probably would have watched it already. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, I tried to watch it. It was on bootleg. It's not a foreign film is not something you want to watch on bootleg.
Yeah.
So I didn't make it very far into it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching it. I've heard nothing but great things about it. And I watched Tarot today. I would have much rather watched Godzilla -1.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new Godzilla vs. Kong movie either, which I'm very much looking forward to watching. So
Yeah,
maybe I'll sit with both of them.
I haven't seen that one either, but I mean, I know what that one is. Just from the way I hear people talking about Godzilla -1, I'm not really even sure what to expect going into it.
I don't believe them.
Godzilla vs. Kong, like I know what the fuck that is.
Yeah. All right, and the next, these are the DVDs. Jaws sequels swim onto 4K Ultra HD this summer in a 3-movie collection.
If I could just get Jaws 3D, I would buy it.
It's going to be Jaws 2, Jaws 2, Jaws 3, and Jaws the Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be a 6-disc set. The set looks great.
6 discs, holy shit.
Yeah. So the set does look really good. I'm going to send it to you guys real quick. I'll probably throw it up on Patreon as well. It looks awesome. It doesn't have the original movie, so like, what is it really worth? But I mean, I might consider getting this only because why not have it, right?
Well, I mean, it does have Jaws 3D.
Jaws 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And
too.
it doesn't have the original movie because Steven Spielberg has never allowed the original Jaws to be packaged with the other sequels in a set.
Could you fucking imagine? Could you fucking imagine?
So if you ever wonder, hey, I wonder what Steven Spielberg thinks about these Jaws sequels, that should tell you everything you need to know.
But nonetheless, I don't know. Oh, it's not out yet. Okay, so it releases on July 23rd. Honestly, depending on the price tag, I'm going to think about picking this up. Why not? I'm not going to watch any of them. Maybe Jaws 3D, but even that, I don't know.
I mean, you don't know. That movie's awesome.
Yeah, but am I going to just put it on, though? You know what I mean? For nothing? Probably not. All right, this one's more for Kat and kind of Rob because he's a figure guy. NECA is releasing... Sorry, I'm trying to copy these pictures. NECA is releasing a Vincent Price action figure.
I saw that. It looks cool.
It looks incredible.
Oh,
Yeah.
it does look incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
Wow.
And he has multiple heads too. So, I'm sure that means something in the figure world, and it is kind of cool that he has. Oh yeah, here's the other one. Okay, yeah, all these are going to go up on Patreon, by the way. So, if you're not on Patreon
That's
and you
fun.
want to do extra work instead of supporting the show, you check out Bloody Disgusting. You check out NECA. But yeah, he has like a little candle in one. Like he has all kinds of props. This is great.
Yeah. It does look really cool.
You gonna get it, Rob?
No, I'm done. I bought the one NECA figure, which is the Thing, and the sumbitch falls over all the time.
Oh no.
So no, I'm not getting any more. That was my one and only adventure with NECA. I can't. I even bought a stand for it. It still fucking falls over.
Really?
Yeah, it's a fucking pain in the ass, that thing.
It is hard. I have like the masks I have on display are really hard to keep up as well.
Yeah. And so like the only solution is like keep it in the box, but the way the boxes are made, like it's just fucking.
It looks weird.
Yeah, I don't like it. The only no, I'm done. Although I have bought a couple of figures since then that I have been able to keep in the box and display, so that's good, but nothing from NECA.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I did. I think the Dr. Chalice actually was made by NECA, but it's a different box.
Oh.
So, and then I bought the Nick Cage from Mandy figure from McFarlane that I just left in the box.
Next is Beetlejuice. There is a new image released of Michael Keaton.
Who gives a shit?
There it is. Knew you were going to be a dick about it. But even though Rob's a butthole with Beetlejuice, dude, he looks great. And I know nobody ever questioned that he would look great. But man,
oh God,
I don't understand. What do you mean? Oh God, what?
He's,
older. Yeah.
I mean, I
be.
know that he's no, because he's dead is the thing.
Yeah, but so what? I mean, what are you going to do? Would you rather have someone who's not Michael Keaton do it? This is what you're going to get.
I'd rather not have a Beetlejuice sequel.
Yeah, honestly, not everything has to have a sequel, and this is like 40 years too late.
I will say it's a bit of a shock, because it's one of those things where you're like, you're going into it and you're like, I wonder how they're going to make Michael Keaton look like Beetlejuice, because if you just put an old man in that makeup, he's going to look much older, and it's going to be a weird transition for Beetlejuice. But I'm sure that they have a trick for it. And then you look at the picture and they do not have a trick for it. He looks exactly like how you'd expect an old man in Beetlejuice makeup to look.
Yep.
But that's fine. The story progressed.
But he's dead. He shouldn't age.
Yeah.
There's no rules with that stuff. It's fine. I feel like it works with the character because the character looks crazy and ridiculous to begin with.
The bigger problem is we don't need this movie at all. It's way too late for this Beetlejuice sequel, and also the original's not even that good.
See, that's why you're an ass. That right there. The original is great. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Never liked that movie. I don't get it. It's just not that good.
You hate fun. You hate fun.
But I do like Michael Keaton. I will say that.
I can't tell.
He's great in Mr. Mom. That shit is great.
He's great in Multiplicity, too.
Yeah, Multiplicity is a funny movie.
She touched my peppy, Steve. It's the greatest line of any movie. Yeah, fuck you, man. God damn it. I'm looking forward to Beetlejuice 2.
Yeah. And you know how much I love it when they release stills.
Yeah, I know. I love Rob Zombie.
Yeah, so fucking exciting.
This is just something I needed you guys to see and all of our listeners to hear. We have one thing after this, but I needed to mention it was reported that The Strangers Chapter 1, and keep in mind, I haven't seen Strangers Chapter 1. But, everyone's been saying, even news outlets are pretty much just coming right out and saying this movie sucked. Rob included.
It was terrible.
The title of this is The Strangers Chapter 1 just had the highest domestic horror opening of the year. And I know that doesn't mean shit, but it's just so crazy to see. There's so many things hinged on numbers a lot of times, and this just goes to show you it really doesn't mean shit.
Well, it does mean shit. It means we're going to get more dumb strangers movies and not more radio silence films, because more people went to see, I don't even know what to call it. Remake? Prequel? remake.
Fuck if I know.
I don't know what was going on.
I
with
thought
The
I was
Strangers
seeing a
Chapter
prequel.
1. It was advertised as a prequel.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, more people went to see that than went to see Abigail. And listen, I'm not a huge fan of Abigail either, but this is the thing where people get really upset because studios focus on those opening weekend numbers, and then we get more things that perform well opening weekend, even though those aren't the movies that hold up critically.
Right. But also, we were going to get the other two Strangers. They've already shot them. They
I
shot all three of
know.
them at the same time. So those were coming out anyway. The thing was, were they going to get theatrical releases or were they going to get, were they going to land on streaming somewhere from the jump? This just means that they'll get theatrical releases. But I don't know, man. I'm not the biggest fan of The Strangers. This was terrible. I mean, it was really, really fucking bad. And it does have, if you watch this movie and you go to the theater to see it, I cannot encourage you enough to stay for the mid-credit scene. It is the stupidest thing I have ever seen on a film. I laugh so hard at this dumbass end-credit scene.
It's just crazy to see, man. Any fans of this movie will point to something like that. It's like, yeah, but it's just a big title. That doesn't mean it was good.
Yeah, I don't know that this movie has many fans. I haven't heard anyone saying very much good about it.
Just for the context of it all, higher domestic. Okay, so these are the opening numbers. Strangers Chapter 1 did 11.8, followed by Night Swim, Abigail, Imaginary, The First Omen, Terror, Immaculate, Lisa Frankenstein.
Yeah, so there just hasn't been any really good horror movies out this year yet. Honestly, no. I mean, so far the best one I've seen this year is The First Omen, which I do recommend people watch. It's streaming now. I think it's on Hulu is where I watched it. It's very good.
I haven't seen that one yet, which puts me in the uncomfortable choice of deciding whether or not my movie of the year is Abigail or Tarot.
Jesus. It has to be Abigail. I mean, Abigail's better than Tarot.
Is Abigail's like critically a better film? I had a lot more fun watching Tarot than I had watching Abigail, which isn't a good sign because for either movie, because Tarot was not supposed to be a horror comedy, but Abigail absolutely was. And it wasn't funny, which is like
Abigail is decent. Like I thought it was a decent movie. I was a little let down by it. I had my hopes high for it, but it wasn't. I wish it would have had more of the tone of Ready or Not. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
And they take what I thought was going to be a very simple story, which I was excited about seeing, and they add too much fucking story onto it.
It feels so long.
It felt like a really long movie.
I feel like it would have felt long at 90 minutes, and it's not 90 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. But I do feel like it was decent. Like I didn't hate Abigail,
but I had a fun time at Tarot.
I did not have fun with Tarot. I was getting more and more irritated with Tarot. I mean, I was laughing at certain points, but at others, I was just getting super irritated and wanting to not be watching it anymore.
I'll watch First Omen tonight, and then neither one will have to be my movie of the year.
I really think so. I really like The First Omen.
Long Legs
really
is coming out in like a couple weeks, so
yeah, yeah. I mean, there's more stuff on the way too. That's the other thing. I mean, it's easy for The Strangers to be like, oh, we have the highest opening of the year. Well, yeah, because a lot of shit's not out yet,
and a lot of shit got pushed back as well because of strikes and everything last year.
But we do have a long run of new horror movies coming out soon.
Terrifier 3,
Maxine.
Yeah, Maxine's coming. I mean, this summer, I think it's almost every week there's going to be a new horror movie released.
Terrifier 3.
Well, that's not until October. Of course, there's going to be horror movies in October.
But then, Terrifier 3.
It's not going to be. I don't think that it will debut higher than The Strangers at the box office.
Terrifier 3.
That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is Terrifier 3.
Yeah. Also, it won't be good.
It'll ruin my fun. I'm so looking forward to that damn movie. It's going to be so good. I can't wait. I'll be confused. I'm aware, but I'm fine. It's okay. Do you think Jericho will be in it again, Rob?
I'm pretty sure he is in it.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
That's kind of cool. All right.
I hope he kills Art with the Judas effect.
You're an idiot.
He fucking gives him an elbow right in the face and kills him.
Last thing to talk about, and this one's aimed at Miss Catvallor. Mike Flanagan officially on to write and direct the new. And see, this is weird. The title of this article for Bloody Disgusting is "Direct All New Exorcist Film for Blumhouse."
Yes, and I'm glad that we're talking about this. I have a retraction from last week. Last week we talked about the rumor that Mike Flanagan was being brought on to do the new Exorcist movie. The assumption at that time was that Mike Flanagan was going to do the second of what would have been the David Gordon Green trilogy, following Believer. Right. And I was not super excited about that. Because I did not think that he could continue someone else's vision. Now that we know that it's not that, I'm a lot more excited and a lot more hopeful about this.
Dude, I really want to reach out to Ryan Turek and see if I know it's early and they're not working on anything yet, but him as the horror fan that he is, like through and through.
Yeah.
I feel like I would think it's okay to talk about it. You know, yeah. Like it's a very interesting thing. Dude, we talked to him. We had Ryan Turek from Blumhouse on the show, and me and Kat were talking to him, and he spoke about how, like, he knew how big this was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were well aware of the weight of what they were doing, as they did with Halloween. They're familiar to this, so he knew. And to start over again, man, that's kind of crazy. It's like they wasted a movie.
It is crazy. But the reason that I feel like it's crazy is because I don't think Believer's that bad. I think it's a fine movie. Like, I don't.
Here's the thing, though, is that, like, you can't start a trilogy. You can't start a remake trilogy on one that's not bad. Like, you have to have a really strong start, or the other, because you know that they're going to go downhill from the first one.
I mean, I guess.
Maybe not.
I thought that I was excited about seeing where David Gordon Green was going, because he introduced a lot of what I thought were interesting ideas in Believer. He didn't explore them as much as I would have liked. But if we've learned anything from his Halloween trilogy, it was that he will explore those ideas further in, subsequent films, because he did that throughout the Halloween trilogy. And now I'm disappointed because I don't know that those ideas or themes are going to ever be explored. Like I don't know what a Mike Flanagan Exorcist movie looks like.
My biggest fear is because Mike Flanagan is very book accurate when he adapts things. Mm-hmm. I am horrified. I swear to God, if Columbo is in the Exorcist remake, I'm gonna fight somebody. I will. I will get violent.
Yeah. Anyway, but look, David Gordon Green stepped away, or whatever the situation was there. I was disappointed when that happened. I knew they were going to have to bring somebody on. At least they got somebody that has me interested in going, all right, what's this movie going to be? Instead of just getting, some random director I've never heard of, or somebody who's known for making possession films or whatever the fuck, Yeah. At least they got somebody that's got me going, all right, what's this movie look like now?
Yeah. It's just a big deal, man, to be able to say we wasted a movie, because that's kind of, and I'm sure they don't feel that way as far as the movie itself, but if you're going to start over again, and with a guy like Mike Flanagan, it's not like you're getting some random person in there. Like, you're reset. This is a big reset, and it's just kind of wild that they did it. I'm looking forward to it,
but I'm hopeful.
Right. I think it'll do well. Mike Flanagan is the guy for the job. I feel like he can make a really good Exorcist movie. So we'll see.
Well, hopefully I'll be able to make it back to that theater in Orlando for the 4DX experience.
That's funny as
shit. I hope you do.
Okay, do I have to hit my damn button?
Yes, please.
I had a problem with my mixer and getting to, I haven't reset those buttons yet, so to get into this is a little annoying.
Get the fuck out of here! Go back to turning tricks and Hoboken, you pain in the ass!
This is the Gabagoli Mystery Corner. Our listeners anonymously send in Italian memes making fun of me for being Italian. There's no horror tie-in here, so don't look for it. The images and the memes and whatever go up on Patreon. I try my best to describe the shit on the show.
Actually, there is a horror tie-in this week. You complain about that every week, so I found one with a horror tie-in just for you.
This this isn't a horror tie-in. I mean, it is, but this has no. This isn't an Italian tie-in. Is the thing? Like, I don't know why. It's a pinhead. Like, it's Pinhead's head made out of food, and it's a bunch of hot dogs with toothpicks in them for pins, and I don't know. Those are like deviled eggs or whatever, and olives for the eyes.
Yeah,
okay, cheese,
yeah.
and then like fake teeth for the teeth. What is the meme is captioned, "We have such gabagool to show you." That's kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, but that's not gabagool. They're hot dogs.
It's Italian Pinhead, is what it is.
Yeah.
How? Where? They're hot dogs. It's not. If it was gabagool, fine. It's hot dogs.
I don't think that's hot dogs, man. I think that's pepperonis.
That's hot dogs.
I don't think they are hot dogs. Because look at the skin.
Look at the end of the nose. They look like cooked, dried up hot dogs.
Nah, that's pepperonis.
That's not pepperoni. Look at the middle. That's not pepperoni.
It's like Slim Jims.
No, they're not. And that's not, which is not Italian.
I don't know if you can get more Italian than a Slim Jim.
I don't think that's true. But I don't even know where you're going with that.
I don't
shit,
either.
honestly.
I'm just trying to irritate you.
It's working. Pepperoni's not gabagool even if it was pepperoni. This is dumb. Like, what the gabagool to show you is kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
so you like
thumbs
that
down
one?
on that one. No, I don't like that one. That one's terrible.
You laughed a little bit.
Yeah, come on. That's more than we normally get out of you.
But as a meme, it's terrible. Like, the only line is, "We have such gabagool to show you." And like, you see the Pinhead meme online a lot, and they change it to mean a lot of different things. I've never seen that. That's kind of funny. But yeah, there's no gabagool there. They're hot dogs. Do better. You know what? Whoever did this meme, you should have been inspired to go and get a ton of gabagool and olives and make your own. And toothpicks and make your own.
I can
and at least
imagine
it would look like it.
listeners sending in pictures of gabagool with toothpicks in it, captioning it, "We have such gabagool to show you." Me sending it in and you going, "What the fuck is this?"
No. They have to make it look like this, though. You can't just go to the deli and say, "Give me a quarter pound of gabagool," and go home and shove some toothpicks in it and call it a day. Then you're still lazy. Then you're lazy on top of everything else.
I'm trying to picture what would happen if I went to the deli near me and said, "I need a quarter pound of gabagool."
Honestly, I think we should issue a challenge to the listeners to just go in and get a quarter pound of gabagool.
Yeah, I have a feeling the butcher near me is just gonna be like, "You ain't from around here, are you?"
You ain't Kansas anymore. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'll be impressed if somebody did that. Like, I made a Pinhead head like this out of gabagool and put toothpicks in him and really did the "We have such gabagool to show you." I'll be so impressed. I'll be so impressed, honestly. I want to say now somebody's going to do it, but I don't think anybody's going to do this one.
He's out here telling the listeners how to win Gabagool Mystery Corner.
You'll win forever. If you made, I'll fully just bow down if you made a gabagool sculptured Pinhead and captioned it, "We have such gabagool to show you." Honestly, and it has to be good. Like I said, you can't just slap gabagool on a ball and put no. You got to do this, and you win forever. I'll bow down. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? If anyone ever did this, I'll put it as my Twitter profile picture for a whole week.
Oh, stakes.
Yeah, there's no way they're going to do this.
I would do this, except for I'm not sure what gabagool is. I'll be honest.
It's just ham. It's capicola, really. It's not even gabagool. I don't know why people call it that, but for the sake of no one knowing what the fuck I'm talking about, it's just easier to call it gabagool. I feel like Allie's going to a fucking deli right now. She just made a U-turn to go to a deli. Her crafty ass thing. Hold my beer. Hold my margarita in a can. All right. We're going to take a really quick break, and we will be back with week 1 of Murder by Numbers. God damn. If someone does that shit, I'll be impressed. Like, it's kind of incredible. Okay. Scream franchise is being ranked for week 1 of Murder by Numbers. This one, we've gone over Scream so much, especially with all the shit from 5 and 6 and all that. Mm-hmm. So it's been a hot topic recently, and obviously our rankings, I feel very passionate about the Scream franchise. It might be my favorite. I don't know yet. So this is always a hot debate. And my biggest thing, like my ranking hasn't changed. I watch these movies almost regularly. They're not going nowhere. My problem was I never officially ranked 6 because I had no fucking clue what to do with it. So that's like my big deal.
Yeah. I did sit down and watch these, basically all 6 of them. I watched them all in a row. I think I watched 1, 2, and 3 on a Sunday, and then the next Monday or the next day I watched 4, 5, and 6. And that was the first time I'd ever sort of watched them all that close together, and it did change my rankings.
I just want to come out here with my usual disclaimer. I have ranked this Scream franchise before on the show. I feel very passionately and very like I have opinions about critically what the best Scream rankings are. I also rewatched them this week, and I remembered from the PTSD of doing this last time in the Halloween ranking debacle that we don't do critical best on this list. We do tops, which is a comfortable balance of critical best and favorite. And when I looked at it through like my personal feelings, like how I feel going into and coming out of each movie, it did change them, which is crazy because for a long time Scream was the only franchise I had where it's like my critical rankings were the same as my favorite rankings, like movie for movie. And that's no longer the case. My favorites have changed.
Now, leading into this, I pitched an idea, which was to rank the openings.
Yes.
Because the French is known for its openings. And I don't know if you guys did that because Kat basically said no, and Mikey didn't respond at all.
I said I will.
I didn't see that.
They're just pretty much the same for me.
Right.
But I can. Well, they're not exactly the same. They're very similar. I did end up changing my rankings. So
mine came out quite different.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys want me to just run through my ranking of the openings.
Yeah, do you want to run through your rankings?
Yeah.
Of them?
Top to or bottom to top, number 6 is Scream 4. It is terrible.
Yes.
You're out of your mind.
It is stupid and awful, and they should feel bad for doing it.
You should feel bad for thinking that.
It wouldn't be my bottom slot, but it is one of my least favorite parts of Scream 4, and I love to see it getting roasted. I love this energy.
Yeah. It's an awful opening. I hate it.
Kat just feels that way because they called out Saw. I stand by it.
No,
there's no
I
way.
don't.
That is a genius opening.
No, it's not. It's
we
really
talked about
fucking
this in
lame.
our Scream 4 episode, but I'm just going to double down on my opinion on this. The opening for Scream 4 had me tuned out of Scream 4 before the movie even starts because it's like, oh, look how clever we are. We're doing multiple fake outs because people expect fake outs now. Oh, but look, it's another fake out. And they did it so many times. They beat you over the head to the point, like with the point of this, to the point that I no longer cared about the rest of the movie.
Yeah, it's really, really fucking bad. I hated it.
I loved it. They told you what movies were doing wrong, and then they did it well.
No, they did it wrong to show you, to make a point. Like, and they made their point. They did it very badly. I understand. They're top tier doing it badly, guys, in Scream 4 over there. I agree with Rob.
Yeah, it's awful.
God damn you.
Number 5 is the opening to Scream 3.
Okay.
I don't care for it. The whole Cotton Weary thing. I feel like Cotton Weary's a character who gets shit on in this franchise.
He is
a little bit. Like he's not a good guy, right? Like he's clearly self-interested and just wants to be famous and make money and everything. But they have a few chances to really give him some redemption, and they never really seem to take it. And I kind of feel bad for old Cotton. And then he finally gets sort of the starring role for a moment in a Scream film, and it's this shitty opening.
I will say I kind of went full circle with Cotton Weary because you start out and you're like, oh, what a creepy bad guy. And then it's like, oh no, he's going to be redeemed. And then they tricked me into feeling sorry for him for a bit. And then I kind of landed on, but he's annoying and still kind of an asshole. Like,
right. Like, well, he has, I mean, first of all, when you think about Cotton, like, all right, so he's not a good guy. He's having an affair with Sid's mom, whatever. Okay, fine. But then he gets falsely accused of murder and gets sent to prison for a year for it.
Right.
He gets out. He shows up in Scream 2, and he thinks that he's there to do an interview with Sydney because Gail has clearly lied to him and told him that she's agreed to it. He finds out that she hasn't. And then at the end of the movie, he gets a chance to save Sydney, but then he makes it all about them doing the Diane Sawyer interview. They really treat this guy like shit.
They do.
Give the man a break. Number 4, Scream openings is Scream 2. I would have had this higher before rewatching all the movies, but the thing is, I don't like these characters. Jada Pinkett Smith and Omar Epps in this movie, their characters are horrible people. They drove me nuts, and I was glad when they got killed. And also, like, the kill with Omar Epps in the bathroom doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
How does Ghostface know his ear is up against the stall, and how does he know exactly where the ear is to stick to? Like, the whole thing's dumb. Number 3 is Scream 5. I liked that opening a lot. It's a rehash of Scream 1, just not as good. Kind of loses points because Jenna Ortega's character doesn't die, so no one actually really gets killed in the opening, which is a first for the franchise, I guess. But yeah, it's good. It's not great. Number 2 is Scream 6. I really enjoy the opening of that. I thought it was really good. And we talk about earlier. We talked. Was it on Patreon or the regular episode? I can never remember, and I'm drunk. We talked about Scream 3 trying different things.
Yeah.
The one thing that Scream 6 really tried that was different was with the opening. It kind of threw you for a loop at first because Ghostface takes his mask off right away.
Okay.
And I was like, what the fuck? This isn't how a Scream movie opens, but then it goes on. But I thought the opening was really good. The movie goes downhill from there, but I thought the opening was really good. And then number 1, obviously, is the original. It's one of the best openings in all of horror movies. I mean, it's fantastic.
I cannot believe you put 6 that high. That's crazy.
It's a really good opening.
No,
it's not.
Rob. I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't going to talk about this because I felt like my lists, like I was just going to be rehashing points. But your ranking at the top actually made me decide that I need to talk about my ranking because I ranked 6 dead last. For openings. Yes. I hate the opening for Scream 6. And you know how passionately I feel about Scream 4 having a terrible opening, but at least
this is who you're agreeing with.
At least Scream 4 does what it wants to do is irritate the hell out of me by beating me over the head with how redundant horror movie openings are, and it does that by being like really redundant, and I hate it as a choice. It put me in a bad mood for the rest of Scream 4, and I think it was dumb, and I don't like it. But Scream 6 did not do I don't know what it wanted to do, first of all, other than like the most generous interpretation of the Scream 6 opening that I could possibly give is that it wants to lie to me about what kind of movie I'm getting, which is crazy because the trailer already did that. So if it wants to trick me into thinking, ooh, we're doing something new and inventive and we're going to do the Ghostface cult. It had me for a second in that regard, but a film professor, a horror film trope professor getting lured into an alley to be murdered by the most incompetent Ghostface of all time is the single most infuriated I've ever been in a Scream movie.
That didn't bother me.
It irritated the hell out of me. And it would have irritated me even if it had been a nobody and not an actress that I think actually did better than a lot of the characters and than any of the ghost faces. Let's put it that way.
Here's why it doesn't bother me, because people bring that up a lot. They're like, nobody who watches horror movies a lot would go down that alley.
It's true though.
I would absolutely go down that alley.
For a blind date?
Why?
I am the guy who, if something goes bump in my house in the middle of the night, I get up to go see what the fuck it is. Even though I've seen
you have balls. After your strangers thing, you have balls saying that.
No. Here's the thing is that, like, if there's something in my house, if I'm alone in my house and I hear a sound, I need to go investigate it because either I go to it or it comes to me. If I'm in a crowded bar meeting a stranger for a date and he wants me to come out in an alley for a blind date, fuck
you
no.
never met this person.
He's not going to come to me. I'm in a crowded bar.
But that's the thing.
Some dude online.
He doesn't ask her to go into the alley. She goes into the alley.
That's worse.
He was luring her in.
Yeah, but he never once says to her, come into the alley. He keeps asking where she's at, and she goes into the alley of her own volition.
That's even worse.
It doesn't bother me as much. I think you guys are wrong. This is a very good opening. Because you know what? Also, it's something different. It's not. I enjoyed it. The biggest disappointment of this movie for me, honestly, because when he took the mask off, I really thought, oh shit, we're gonna get a Scream movie where we know who the killer is from the beginning. That's fucking great.
That's awful.
We don't get it, and that's a huge disappointment.
That's what I'm saying, is that, like, in a generous interpretation, they wanted to set my expectations incorrectly. But even that, like, even if that had been the movie that we'd gotten and it had been all uphill from there and it had been setting my expectations correctly, I still would have been irritated that his first victim was so dumb. Like,
that didn't bother me at all.
That drove me up the wall.
I was a little bothered by the fact that it does kind of pull the rug out from under you because you think you're getting one thing, and I was excited about the thing because, you know, let's face it, after 6 movies, maybe we don't need a whodunit this time around, you know. But
you don't need to know who it is behind the mask to ruin the fucking immersion either. I thought that too and was furious if they.
No, I was happy about it. I was irritated when he ends up getting killed.
So. Yeah, anyway, 6 came dead last for me, like, just directly below 4. They were neck and neck, because I hate both of those. Those are bad openings for Scream movies. And then I have 2, which is crazy, because I mean, I'll defend 2 about all kinds of things. Before I rewatched them, though, because I didn't think I was going to have a chance to rewatch them, and I'm glad I did, because it changed how I felt about some stuff. But before I sat down to watch 2, it was the only opening that I could not remember off the top of my head, and I feel like it loses points for that. And then, like, once the movie started on the rewatch, it was like, oh fuck yeah, of course, how could I forget this one?
Right.
But it didn't really do anything for me because I just don't think it holds up real well.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I remember really liking the opening to 2.
Yeah, and as soon as it started, I was
but
like, "Oh shit, this was a very dramatic, like very eye-catching opening." But
yeah, but just watching it this time around, surrounded by all the other movies, again, because I've never really sat down and watched them all so closely together, I was like, it really isn't that great. Like, it's fine. I don't hate it. It's not 4, but it's not that great.
And then I have 3, which I think is a very dumb opening, and I was kind of surprised that it came up this high. But first of all, I remembered what it was, so it got points there. And second of all, as much as I like, we'll get into this later, I'm sure, but I do think in terms of setting a tone, it does that. It very much accurately sets the tone for the Scream movie that you're about to watch. And it does something that a lot of Scream movies, I'm not going to say none of them do, but a lot of them don't, which is accurately give us like plot relevant information. Like the first one is like, hey, there's a killer and here's his MO, and that's relevant. But then all of the other ones are just kind of like, what'll look cool on camera. I like that 3, 4, better or worse introduces a plot device that's relevant to the film.
Yeah, I mean, it does. The whole thing with 3, and it starts with the fucking opening too, is that stupid fucking voice changer. Drives me crazy how it can just mimic someone's voice perfectly is fucking stupid.
That's
I mean,
what I'm
we're
saying,
sitting
though.
here,
like, it's plot relevant.
We're like 26 years after that movie came out, and we still don't have that technology.
The guy who trumpets a tire rolling around blowing people's head off can't get around a voice changer. That's crazy.
But Rubber doesn't try to live in the real world. These Scream movies do.
Rubber
and then
does.
hopefully, I feel like my last 2 are really obvious, but just like 5 and 1 are the last 2 there. 5 I think is really visually, like, it's so brutal, and I was so pleased. But it loses major points for walking that back and not letting it be a kill.
Yeah, that really bothered me about 5, the fact that there's no kill. And also, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I appreciate what they're doing with 5, like how they're paying homage to the original's opening or whatever, but it also feels a little copycatty, right? Like,
it does a little bit.
It's not original enough.
And then they thought it was going to be more original because she didn't die, but I was just irritated at that. And then 1, like you said, best cinematic.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
it's wow.
When someone says to you, what's the best cold open in a movie, Scream is the first one that comes to mind. I mean, it's so fucking good.
Yeah.
All right. For the ranking of the franchise for Murder by Numbers, should we go 1 to 6 on this one?
No.
No? All right.
I don't.
Really?
No, I don't think so. Just keeping in form.
I mean, I see why you're saying that, Mikey.
I mean,
I do see why you're saying it. I see why it's a suggestion.
First of all, we don't know because Kat fucking didn't have Halloween as number one in the Halloween franchise, so we don't know. And
we do know.
Well,
and no, I don't want to do it just for this one franchise.
Yeah.
We did the previous 3, and the other 2 will do the. I see what you're saying, but again, fucking Kat's here, so I don't know.
We should have did it for Halloween, but yeah, well, yeah.
We'll maybe end on a unifying note.
Yeah,
better. There'll be hell to pay. Goddammit.
Who wants to start?
I feel like Mikey usually starts, right?
All right, fair enough. All right, so like I said, I never firmly placed Scream 6. I couldn't do it, but I have, and number 6 is Scream 6.
Wow, that low.
Yeah, that low.
I don't know if you heard or not, but Rotten Tomatoes says the best one.
Fuck Rotten Tomatoes. This is a really good franchise. Like I hang on that this is the franchise with the least drop off and the most consistency. I stand by that. I don't care. Child's Play is close as well. So those are 2 arguments for me. But either way, Scream 6 going up against a lot of really good movies. And if we're just going by like textbook filmmaking, obviously I don't think it's here. But I rank these kind of to what Kat was saying earlier. I rank these as, obviously there's probably a little bit of favorite in there, but I do think these are the best Scream movies in this ranking. And they didn't accomplish anything in here. So it's not just textbook. It's, everything about being a movie.
Yeah.
And
well, they accomplished an awesome opening.
No, they did not.
No, they didn't.
Second best opening in the franchise.
No.
Crazy for that. It just didn't do anything. So I can't give it much. And it's not like that was the only problem. Like, it had a lot of problems. And we all know what went into before making this movie and then the aftermath. So it's like how much of this shit was going on before, and Nev Campbell not coming back. It was in turmoil for a while, this franchise, or this trilogy more so. But yeah, I got to judge the movie. So number 6 is officially Scream 6 for me.
All right. Kat, do you want to go or do you want me to?
I was just going to ask, which of us do you think is going to be the bigger wild card? It's hard because we haven't seen one another's changed lists yet.
I know that's what's funny. As we mentioned, my list changed, your list changed. Before this, we had identical lists.
We did.
So I don't know how much yours has changed. You just want me to go?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So my number 6 is Scream 3.
Okay.
I will say that out of this entire franchise, this movie is the only one that I would say is bad. Like, it's a bad movie. I'll be honest with you, it was a misstep for them to go to LA in the first place. I don't know why they did that. It didn't help anything. The way they tried to tie it around, bringing back Sydney's mom, who grew up in a small town, left to become an actress, came back to the small town, and no one knows, doesn't make any fucking sense. We talked about Randy's sister just randomly showing up, a sister that we didn't even know Randy had until that moment, is fucking dumb. There's so much stupid shit. Fucking Jay and Silent Bob. I mean, there's so much dumb shit in Scream 3.
Hey, we're not going to do that.
It is the only one in the entire franchise that I would say is a bad movie. So it's number 6.
Take back what you said about Jay and Silent Bob right now.
I won't. It's fucking dumb that they're in this movie.
So, Rob, when you and I had the same list, I agreed with you. And actually, in kind of a way, I do still agree with you. I do think that, like, critically speaking, Scream 3 is probably the worst Scream film. It's not the right tone. They tried a lot of things. They took a lot of bold swings. But when I was like sitting down, and had I not gotten the chance to rewatch this week, I think it would have been dead last for me because of that, because critically it's not a good movie. But like, I really paid attention to how I felt about having to watch each of these individually, and I was looking forward to Scream 3. What I was not looking forward to was Scream 6. Scream 6, I did not want to watch it. I thought about skipping it, and I did not get happier while I was watching it. It wasn't one of those, well, I just have to sit down and do it and then it won't be so bad. Like I sat down to do it, and I got really angry, and I was really angry through most of Scream 6. I feel like it gets worse every time I watch it, which is not usually the reaction that I have to Scream movies. Like I really just don't like this one. And even though I think they did a lot of things, like critically as a film, they succeeded in some areas. I don't like watching it. I don't have a fun time. I don't enjoy myself. I kind of hate my life when I'm watching Scream 6.
All right.
All right. Yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough. But my number 5 is Scream 3. That was always the lowest. I don't think Scream 3 is as bad as a lot of people try and say it is. I just don't. It's not like you're putting it up against the original Scream and then Scream 2. Like that's really hard to cover.
It's what, as we talked about before, though, and again, I referenced in the Patreon episode, I think it is Scream 3 to me is more interested in being funny than it is being a horror movie. There are so many little one-liners, little jokes in there. It's too much. Yeah, boy, that's a bad movie.
I don't think it's bad. Like, I don't think it's great, but I don't think it's bad. And Rob's right. They shouldn't have went to LA. There's just problems here. Again, I can't put it worse. I can't put it lower than 6. I just can't. I can't bring myself to do it. At least they did something. You got to give them that. They accomplished things in their story, for better or worse. They did something.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything in 6.
Yeah,
so.
they gave us Sydney's dead ghost mom or whatever the fuck that was.
I didn't like it either. I didn't like it either. I agree. But nonetheless, it did something though. And Jay and Silent Bob was in it, which is good. So you can kiss my ass, Rob. Stoochie Boochies.
Bob thing is stupid. And I like Jay and Silent Bob, but that was fucking dumb. They have no business being in my Scream movie.
You like Jay and Silent Bob just as much you like Urban Legend. Got
it. Number 5 for me is Scream 4.
Oh, for fucking crying.
Really? Yeah. Again, it still doesn't feel like a Scream movie to me. And it's also at this point that I realize that Dewey and Gale should not be a couple, because they start every movie hating each other. And then we watch them slowly like fall in love again, only to start the next movie where they hate each other and fall in love again, to start the third movie where they hate each other and fall in love again, to start the fourth movie where they're married and they hate each other.
That's just being married.
That's a goddamn toxic relationship, and they should not be together. I did not like Judy's character in this movie.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I did come around to like her much better in 5 Cream, but not in this movie.
Talk about Lemon Squares?
Yeah.
Yeah. But crazy eyes though, right?
She does
underrated crazy eyes.
She does have some crazy eyes. Yeah. I also wanted to say when I talk about Scream 4 a lot, I talk about the Culkin brother who's in here. I refer to him as the chunky one. On this rewatch, I noticed he's not chunky at all. Like, I don't know why in my head he was like some schlub who was like chunky. He's not at all. So apologies to whichever Culkin that is. I'm sorry. I'm kind of running through my notes that I took during the movie because you guys didn't let me fucking read them before.
Thank God.
I also noticed in this movie that Dewey moves awful good for a guy who's got a severed nerve all of a sudden. What the fuck happened there? Did he just regenerate or something? And then I have a note here that says sexiest scene in horror. I have no idea what that is. I assume it's referring to Emma Roberts throwing herself around and landing on that glass table and stuff. My God, that woman. And but finally, and maybe my biggest criticism of all of this movie is that shit at the hospital. That last bit goes on way too fucking long. Oh my God, you have revealed the killers in a Scream movie. Wrap it the fuck up. We don't need 20 more minutes of bullshit. Not a good Scream movie, really. It's a fine movie though. Like I don't hate Scream 4. It's just not very good.
You're a son of a bitch, and I'll address all that later.
My number 5 is Scream 4. I'll address it now.
I cannot believe that Rob has 4 worse than 6 and you have it worse than 3. You guys just nullified your whole list right out of the gate. I can't believe it.
Here's the thing is that like on my critical list, I have to be more fair to 4 because I do think that there are some things that it does that were positive in the overall scheme of things. Unfortunately, and Rob's already talked about them, but just to run through my list real quick, most of my least favorite things in this franchise come from 4, which is just deeply unfortunate. It has my second least favorite, almost least favorite, cold open. Hate it. It made me mad. It gets me like in a hissy mood before I'm even watching the movie proper, which just isn't good. I really don't like I'm pretty forgiving of on again, off again relationships in movies and TV and whatever, because I understand that they need drama. And in the original Scream trilogy, I was always like really forgiving of Gale and Dewey because I didn't want to see any more of Sydney's relationship drama. And I was like, listen, if they're going to focus on those two, that's fine by me. 4 was the one that also really pissed me off because it was like 3, it was like we're laying it down, like we're gonna retire this dynamic, and then 4 starts with the same dynamic, and it made me dislike Dewey. This is the only movie where I don't like Dewey, and it's because of how he treats Gale in a marriage. And in the other movies also, Gale pushes buttons like nobody else's business. Like I don't like being in a position where I have to root for Gale over Dewey, but that's what 4 did to me. I don't like Lemon Squares as a character. I think she's really annoying. I think the Lemon Square thing was dumb. She does get better in 5 Cream, but we don't get to see that here, and we didn't know there was going to be a 5 Cream. I saw 4 and I was like, this franchise is dead. And then my other thing, and I'm gonna lean into the cat gets hate mail this episode. I fucking hate Kirby. I don't like her. I already was kind of irritated with her over that one scene, but years and years of random fan support and then her showing up in my least favorite Scream movie to like have a return where she's also just dumb and inconsiderate and has no information, even though it's her specialty that she's gone into as a personal vendetta for work. And all of that started here with that whole dumb, I'm just going to list all the horror movies ever in the world, despite being a horror expert kind of thing. It irritated the hell out of me. And seeing her get so much praise for years and years and years to the point that she came back in this franchise, like it made it worse retroactively. And again, knowing that I had to sit down and watch 4 made me not want to do the rewatch of this franchise.
I haven't gotten to my biggest problem with Kirby yet.
Okay.
But I will say that in 4, she really irritates me. I don't like the character either. I don't understand why people have come out with this support for her either. It makes no sense. She's not a good character. And that thing where she lists all the movies pisses me off to no end.
I hate it
If
so
you
much.
believe that your friend's life is on the line, why wouldn't you let him finish the fucking question first?
She doesn't even, that's the thing, like
It doesn't make
because
sense.
I get into fights with people over this all the time because Kirby has so many fucking defenders in this community where it's like, but she was desperate, she was panicked, and it's like, fine, but let him finish the question. Like, I would panic when I didn't know the answer to the question, but
Right.
it's so frustrating because especially when you watch like Scream, when you watch the original Scream and you're watching the phone call, you know, us being horror fans, we're all like, oh, that's so frustrating. That's such an obvious trick question. We all know that it was Jason's mom. Like, we all, you know, and it was such like a community thing where it's like, we can put our horror trivia knowledge on the line. You know, we could save someone. We could be that person. And then we got that character. They set her up to be that character and she didn't even hear the fucking question.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's such a frustrating situation with Kirby. I don't like her, and it's gotten progressively worse over the years.
Yeah, the character's a fucking dumbass.
All right, but so, to be fair though, you can't blame, because I didn't think Kirby mattered either. Like, I could take her or leave her, and she never bought, like, I didn't care about Kirby. I don't understand why she has such a big fan base. I don't get that either.
All the people who love Kirby also want Stu to come back.
That's dumb as well. But you can't blame what she did, and you can't put that on this movie, though. That's not fair.
I am going to put it on this movie because
But you can't.
But I am because that's the thing is like we talk about, and I'm going to talk about it later when I get into like my top Scream movies, where I like when they lay foundation for stuff that comes back in a positive way later in the franchise. I have to talk about stuff that comes back in a negative way later in the franchise. And unfortunately, one of those things is Kirby. She comes back, and it starts with 4. And even if she didn't have the fan following that she does, like, I didn't like her the first time I saw 4 either. She was still one of my least favorite things, except for at the time I was more irritated by Lemon Squares, who also came out of 4. It's a bad movie.
Yeah, but we're still saying Lemon Squares in 2024. Like, obviously it served its purpose. She was
Because I don't remember her name.
Right, but we remember
Her
Lemon
name's
Squares
Judy.
though. She has a whole spiel. I don't know. I just think it's to judge this movie based on that. Let's be honest. They were just bringing back a character. It could have been fucking anybody.
It could have been anybody.
It could have been. So they were just grabbing an actor that's been in the franchise for 6. Like, that was such a cookie cutter role. It could have applied to anyone.
The reason I'm bringing that up for 4 is because I wanted to talk about Kirby in 4, because it started with 4. She's also, if it makes you feel any better, a big part of the reason why I didn't like 6. I could just as easily have put it there, except for I knew I'd be coming up on it for my number 5 slot also. I think that was a dumb decision. Yeah.
You guys should be ashamed of yourselves. I'll talk about, I'm not done. I'll get into 4 later. Get into 4 later. But my number 4 ranking is Scream 2. That's right. I did it. It stays where it was before. This is not to say anything negative about Scream 2. I love Scream 2. That car scene where they're climbing over Ghostface was masterful. That studio recording booth album or thing they were doing, that was great too.
Except for those aren't that soundproof.
Fair enough.
It fucking annoys me every time. It's cool. It is a cool scene. I always say it is really well made. That should have been where Dewey died because it's very dramatic and awesome.
And then we wouldn't have had to see him in Scream 4 being his absolute rock bottom worst.
Right. But it is a cool scene. It's just, I have worked in those booths my entire adult life, and I can assure you that if someone is pounding on that glass, you are going to hear it. It's not space. It's not a goddamn vacuum.
But cool nonetheless. So this is not really like an indictment on Scream 2. It's just the movies above it I feel are stronger. And plus, like, it really wasn't fair. Like, it was following Scream, the original Scream, which is hard to do for any franchise. Halloween also, I feel, did it best with the sequel. Like, Halloween 2 was really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was following, obviously, an iconic film. So, I don't know, man. It's just in a weird spot where it was really good, but it was kind of just a sequel. Really, when you look at it. Like, it wasn't, like, none of that core died or anything. They did do a lot of stuff. It's not like Scream 6 where they didn't do shit or nothing. But, it was just a sequel keeping that core together, which I'm not mad at, but also it's hard for me to really put it higher than that. So I love Scream 2, but my 4th slot goes Scream 2.
All right, fair enough. My number 4 slot goes to Scream 6.
You son of a bitch.
I have talked a lot about how much I hate this movie. There are a lot of things that I hate about this movie, including the regression of Gail. At the end of Scream 5, she talks about not writing a book about the murders, but how she's going to write this book about Dewey, basically. Yeah. And you think, oh, that's nice. That's a nice ending. And then we find out immediately that she just wrote a fucking another book about the goddamn murders. It's fucking awful because it's like, why can't any characters ever improve themselves throughout this entire fucking franchise?
They can't. They just can't.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot of characters do that, to be fair.
I also hate the off-screen message from Sydney that we get. Like, they should have just not mentioned Sydney. Why would we think that Sydney Prescott was going to be in New York for these fucking murders anyway? If they just hadn't mentioned her, it would have been fine, instead of like, she wishes you good luck or whatever the fuck she said. Like, fucking stupid. There were a lot of things I didn't like about this movie, but there were some other things I did kind of like. I did like the opening. I think watching it this time, I liked it more than I did when I saw it in theaters. I I think the set piece with the ladder between the two buildings is really great. And I think that I don't know the character's name. They always refer to him as Cute Boy. Might be one of my favorite characters in this franchise because he's just a good dude, and we don't see that much in this franchise.
He is a good dude. It does really irritate me that they call him Cute Boy because he is
Yeah.
not.
No. Well, look, naming things is not this movie's strong suit because we get Cute Boy and we get the Core Four,
All right.
which is super annoying. I do hate that no one dies in this movie. Essentially, that is very annoying. But I'll be honest with you, when it came time to sit down and watch it, I was not dreading it nearly as much as 3 or 4. I mean, both of those movies, just awful.
I don't know if this is. I don't think this is a spoiler for anything. Rob, so far, you and I, like, your list that you're giving up through the spot is the same as like my critical ranking list, like 1 for 1. The big difference for me is that I was dreading 6 more than 4.
Yeah, I wasn't dreading it. I wasn't super happy about it either, though. I don't think it's a bad movie. It's again, not a great movie, not even maybe a good movie, but I think it's all right. You know, I would put it's very close to 4 in my opinion, which I also think is just all right. You know, it's an okay movie. Terrible Scream movie, but an okay movie overall. I do also hate that they brought Kirby back. And then basically gave her, first of all, she's an FBI agent, which is dumb.
Yeah.
And then she has like nothing to do. Like this movie, if she's not in it, it doesn't change one goddamn bit.
They also retconned her age, which irritated the hell out
Yeah,
of me.
it's just there was no reason for her to be here. This is like it's almost not as bad, but almost as bad as the Sally Hardesty thing in the Texas Chainsaw 2022.
Yes.
Like there was no reason for her to be there. There's no reason for Kirby to be here either. I guess you could, like, it gives one more possible red herring as to somebody who could be a killer, but we know Kirby's not going to be the fucking killer.
I will say if Kirby had been the killer, I'd be a lot more forgiving of Scream 6.
Maybe.
I was kind of irritated when they were setting it up, but only because they were setting it up way too early and I knew that she wasn't going to be the killer.
Right.
Now that we're talking about 6 for the last time, it irritates me. I think I actually sat down and did the math. One more victim dies in Scream 6 than Ghostface's. Like, we lose a lot of Ghostfaces.
We do.
It's
we do.
Annoying. And they're also really bad at killing anyone that's not a Ghostface. The core 4 thing is irritating. Mindy was like my favorite character from 5, and she was really annoying in 6, which was hard for me to take.
That scene or that moment with her and Kirby where they're testing each other's horror fandom or whatever the fuck is so annoying.
Gross.
I wanted to punch both of them in the face.
I did too, and I feel like Kirby should still be disqualified from her answers in 4. It was really frustrating, and it's not even like knowledge. They're just like kind of naming movies off at each other,
Right.
and it's which makes sense because Kirby sucks at trivia, but it is very frustrating to see, and you know it pulls all the same beats as 2, you know, and then they're winking at the camera, you know, going, "Ooh, look, it's just like Scream 2." And it's like, I can see that because I've seen Scream 2, but show me something different. And they're like, are 4 extra dead ghost faces different enough? And the answer was no, they were not.
Yeah, I mean, I see that complaint, but also having watched it just after 5 winks a lot at the original.
It does, but it's allowed
to the point to where they end up in Stu Macher's house again.
But
which is kind of dumb.
It's a little bit dumb.
That's not dumb.
It's a little bit dumb, but I do think they're allowed to do that because it's like, you know, they had this big gap. 4 wasn't the rousing success that they had anticipated. Yeah. And, you know, this is the one that's supposed to tie into 1. That's okay. But we saw that. We saw the movie with the parallels. I didn't need a second movie with stronger parallels to that first sequel. At that point, just fucking remake it, you know, just, I don't know. It irritated me.
Like I said, on this rewatch again, it's not a great movie, but it's fine. Like I don't hate it. It's, you know, a hell of a lot better than 3 and marginally better than 4 in my opinion.
That's bullshit. Both those statements. All right. What's your number? What are we up to, Kat?
We're at
4.
number 4, right?
Right.
My number 4 is Scream 3.
That's fair.
And yeah,
I mean,
I've already,
considering
It's not fair, but okay.
I've kind of said my piece about Scream 3. It's the worst one critically. I don't think it's a good movie. I think it's very dumb. I think they took a lot of swings and they were pretty much all misses. And it's been at my bottom for a long time, because critically I think it's the worst one. But sitting down to watch them this week, I was kind of looking forward to 3. Like, it's kind of fun. I enjoy watching it. I know that it's not going to be very good, but like, it's not going to make me angry. I'm not going to be mad about it. And unlike 4 and 6, I almost said 4 and 5. Unlike 4 and 6, I don't think it gets worse. I think it's just an okay to bad movie that is what it is and has managed to age exactly at that same level. Whereas like I like 4 and 6 less every single time I watch them, and I just don't have that reaction to 3. So like in terms of personal feelings, that just kind of pulled it above the other two for me. And honestly, I love if they had made the movie that we had kind of like that we see the framework for, I think it might be my favorite Scream movie. Like they had a lot of really interesting concepts in there. That just really, really sucked in execution. But at least they tried, and that's what it comes down to for me. Like, when you look at Scream 3 and Scream 6, when you watch them in the same day, it's like, I would always rather have a movie that really horribly fumbles its execution than just is too afraid to do anything.
They do have some good concepts. I mean, the idea of the cast, being sort of the parallels to the characters that they're playing or whatever, especially Parker Posey, who fucking makes Scream. She is the one shining star of Scream 3. But it's still, I think in watching it, what I took away from Scream 3 is I give Scream 4 a lot of shit for not feeling like a Scream movie. And in a lot of ways, I think Scream 3 is also kind of guilty of the same thing.
It is a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
Not to a high, I don't think it's as bad as Scream 4 at it, Mikey, but I do think it's bad about it. I mean, they blow up a fucking house. I mean, come on.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That holds, I don't know. It just didn't. That's why I get so mad when you say it about 4, because like Scream 3 is the biggest culprit.
Right. Scream 3 does, it works hard at being a comedy. They blow up a goddamn house. But I think the thing about Scream 3 that makes it feel still to me like more of a Scream movie than Scream 4 is that you get like I really think a lot of it hinges on Dewey and Gale. Like they're working together in Scream 3 a lot. We don't see them do that at all in Scream 4.
We don't see them do it at all in Scream 4. And it's the only, 4, I guess, kind of hints at it a little bit at the end. Like, ooh, Dewey should have listened to Gale. Like, we didn't know that the whole movie. But, 3 actually felt like it had a resolution on Dewey and Gale's relationship. It was immediately undone. But that's, the only, that and 5, I guess, are the two where I feel like their relationship has been
5
resolved.
resolves that shit pretty quickly. Pretty goddamn definitive.
But yeah, and it's like you said, I liked the concept of the movie doubles. It doesn't land real well, but I think especially with Gale, it could have been very interesting because we have this person who's not super likable in kind of the role of a final girl, and then we get to have the very idealized version of her, and I think that was interesting. It's frustrating that this is the silliest Scream movie, and they do have so many comedy gags in it. I think it was to kind of balance out a much darker core of a horror movie. I think if they had committed to a corruption arc somewhere, it would have been very different. And I'm not opposed to them doing something different like that. I kind of wish that's the Scream movie we've gotten, and obviously I can't rank it based off of what it could have been, but I like that we can see the groundwork for new ideas in 3, and I didn't see any of it. 6 just felt so much like a transition film.
It does. 6 does feel like a trailer to 7 that we're not going to get now. I mean, we're going to get 7, but it's not going to be that.
Whereas 3 feels like a really dark, gritty Scream movie that they had to way dumb down.
Yeah. It's just too silly for me, and that's it. And the things that I like about Scream 3, it's all the funny stuff. It's Parker Posey and her funny Gale Weathers, sort of counterpoint character Or Patrick Warburton as the bodyguard. I think he's hilarious calling Dewey Dewdrop and shit. But it's, it's comedy shit. It's not horror.
It is. It's the least horror movie of the franchise, but which is crazy because it has the darkest themes, I think, of the
It does.
franchise.
And that's the other thing too, though. They fucking, it's a half measure towards those dark themes. They don't really delve into any of that shit too
I
deep.
wish they had. I really wish that they had. Also, one thing we learned about me is I'd rather have too few ghost faces than too many, I think.
All right. My number 3, top 3 here is Scream 4. I think it was a great film. I talked earlier about how it just, my ranking goes into it being a good movie and everything that involves it to me. I feel like atmosphere is the perfect word to use. Dude, there was a lot of talk about this movie when it was coming out, man. And like, we see a lot of this now with, this person's coming back. Like, holy shit. That was Scream 4 had that, when they were like, everybody was coming back and it was a really big deal. And Wes Craven was coming back to direct. That was a great feeling, and horror needed it so badly at that time, man. And I thought it was really good. They had a great ghost face in it. I liked that there was a little bit after the ending because, we don't see that very often. That whole scenario, like, sometimes it's like an eye roll of things to have, like, that felt kind of smooth. I really liked this movie. It did a lot of things that I felt kind of got overlooked, maybe just because it was something we didn't see a lot. And it did a lot to me in this movie, man. Like they really, to me, this movie was much like the original. When horror needed something new, it put the cape on and it did it. And we were getting a lot of this was like around Paranormal Activity time, and a lot of that found footage shit, and it was just flooding. And we got one of the Mount Rushmore slashers back. And everybody on board to do it. It wasn't like some fucking shitty remake or anything. Like, it was a real addition to the Scream franchise, and we got it. So both of you kiss my ass. I love Scream 4, and it's the third best, man. I put it above 2.
Rob,
Solid
you and I
spot.
were worried about which one of us was going to be a wild card. Mikey should have gone last.
Yeah, I would just like to say everything Mikey just said is wrong.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's a bad movie.
I will give, because I did complain about Scream 4, I will give the one saving grace, I think, of Scream 4 is that, saving grace, for better or worse, I do think it was very influential in the franchise. There have been a couple of these reboots that I have really, really loved. And I felt watching like Halloween 2018 and Nia DaCosta's Candyman, I really did feel like that was what they were trying to do with Scream 4, but they hit it too early and it was executed poorly. But I do appreciate that they were like, those movies ran because Scream 4 kind of crawled along, and I appreciate Scream 4 for that. So.
And Kat is also wrong about that. The one shining light in Scream 4 is Emma Roberts' eyes staring straight into my soul.
Why do you got to turn everything I love sexual, man? Paranormal Activity sex tape. Scream 4, Emma Roberts. Why?
It's not my fault, dude. Sexiest scene ever in a film. What do you want me to do?
My talk to me hand, it goes up my ass. Why can't I have nothing, dude? Why? Got to tarnish everything I love with filth. God damn it.
It's not filth. It's true love, Mikey.
Uh-huh. That's my 4. What about you, Rob?
My number, no, that was your 3.
3, yeah, my bad.
My number
was Scream 4.
Yes, my number 3 is Scream 2.
God damn it, Rob.
I this is, for a long time I've contended the second best in the franchise, but having watched it again, what I realize is Mikey said this already. He's right. It's a lot like just a sequel.
It is.
And honestly, there's a lot of stuff in it that really kind of annoys me, like that whole weird play stuff that Sydney's supposed to be.
Terrible.
I don't give a fuck about any of that. And that's where they have the final like showdown, like the set piece. It's fucking, I don't like it. Aunt Jackie being the killer is fucking dumb.
I forgot to mention that the ending's horrible. That's the worst ending. I don't care.
It's a terrible, terrible ending. But it's Yeah, it really did fall off. I will say that, though, I enjoy that they killed Randy, even though I hated to see him go because I did love the character. But it did kind of lead you to believe that the franchise had teeth, right? Like no one was safe because Randy was one of the people that if you thought anybody was going to have plot armor, it would have been Randy. And so I like that. And Joel, the cameraman, who fucking fucks off and gets out of there and then comes back at the end, might be the smartest character in any horror movie. He's rivaled only by Ted from Friday the 13th Part 2, who survives the night because he stays out drinking instead of going back to camp. Yeah, but it did. I mean, it only fell one spot, but for me, but it did kind of fall a little bit. Like it didn't. On this rewatch, it wasn't as great as I remembered it being. Like it's still enjoyable. It's still really good, but it's at number 3. And I feel like I have to apologize for that, which is weird.
You shouldn't. It's true.
I also feel like you have to apologize to that.
I forgot to mention the ending. That ending was off. Aunt Jackie, man. That really made me mad. I was like, really?
Yeah.
My number 3 is Scream 5 Cream itself.
God damn it.
Not God damn it. I'm right. This is it's good. We're into the half of the Scream franchise that I'll defend, but my defense of 5 Cream is a little bit lukewarm. This is and this is frustrating. This scares me a little bit because I said that Scream 3, I know what I'm getting into when I watch it and I don't dread it. I like 5 a little bit less every time I see it. Not to the degree that I dislike 4 and 6 more every time I watch it, but they're like the plot holes irritate me a little bit more. Lemon Square's kid, I first of all, I'm not a huge fan of the casting choice for Lemon Square's kid, but I also just I don't really and it's crazy because I think Lemon Square's and her kid had a really good dynamic in this movie.
What's the problem with the casting? Yeah.
The problem with the casting is that I watched 13 Reasons Why, and I watched that kid grow into a full adult man that was still playing a high school senior. And then 3 years later, I had to watch him cast in high school again, and it irritated the hell out of me. He's old.
I didn't even realize that was the kid from 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah. I'm
Okay,
sure that's
that's what I
because
was
like a
asking.
normal person, you gave up on 13 Reasons Why after one season.
Yes.
Which is the correct amount of that show to watch. But I watched him grow.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think I knew there was more than one season to that show.
There were 4 seasons of that show. He was in high school for 4 years.
Well, most of us are.
Wait, well, no, because he had already been in high school for 3 years before that show started.
Well, yeah, he's dumb. What are you going to do?
He was really dumb. But it was frustrating to watch him age into an adult and then like go back and they're trying to put him back in like sophomore year of high school. And I wasn't buying it. And also I never bought that Lemon Square's kid, which, watching 6 where they retcon how old Kirby is supposed to be, I guess it frustrated me a little bit less in comparison. But like, I never really believed that Lemon Squares would have a kid that old. They
retcon in family throughout this entire franchise. I mean, they retcon in Randy's sister in 3.
I think
they retcon in fucking Sydney's entire aunt and fucking cousin and all that shit.
I think that's
4.
the thing that bothers me is because like I love Sydney, but she's like, when we see her in these movies, she's got a lot of stuff going on. She's very self-involved. She's like very focused on her survival and her mom's death and where the hell her dad ever is. Like that makes sense.
I guess
Randy
but
having a sister thing, like they're not close. The sibling doesn't come up on a murder spree, I guess. But like, we see this really deep connection that I think was really well done with Lemon Squares and her kid in 5. But that's just a relationship. Like she should have had like, I was going to say a toddler, but he would have been like even older than that in Scream 4. And he just like literally, there's no passing word. She's trying to home wreck Gail. Bacon Lemon Squares for everyone. Like it just, their dynamic was so good. And I see it praised a lot, but it frustrates the hell out of me that it wasn't set up in 5. And like the timeline just doesn't make sense. I kind of feel that way about everybody's timeline too, because it's like when you try to figure out how old Sam is, and like when she got out of high school, and how close she is to any of her sister's friends, and when she would have left, and how old her dad could have been. Like her whole story is retconned too, in a way that like the dubious timeline just really bothers me more every time I watch Scream 5, because it's like this wasn't a tired sequel at this point, you know, it was a rebirth of the franchise
Right.
by dedicated Scream fans who couldn't put a coherent timeline together, and it irritates me. It gets under my skin. But
I don't think it's that bad though.
I don't
It's about
either.
25 years. I don't think from the original movie to 2005.
That's the thing.
Right.
Is it? Well, but no, it should have been about right, but it wasn't. Like timeline wise, it's full of holes. It irritates me, and it didn't bother me the first time I saw it, and that's kind of why it's like 5 is slipping in my opinion when I watch it, because when I rewatch it, I find little holes like this, and they get under my skin. Whereas like I came out of the theater and I was like, that's the best Scream movie since Scream. I was one of those people, and looking back at it, I really don't think that that's true.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of get it, because one of the reasons that 2 slipped a little bit for me, I think, is because in the original movie, Dewey talks about how he's 25 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
And when he shows up in the second movie, he looks full on 45.
Yes.
And I'm like, what the fuck happened to this guy?
It's frustrating, but at least unlike Dewey, like I feel like we don't talk about his age again so much.
Yeah.
He just looks like an old man.
Yeah.
You know, like what I'm trying to the other kids in 5, you know, they're in high school, and these ages kind of make a huge difference. And then there's the one girl too in 5, Amber, I think her name is.
The girlfriend?
The girlfriend.
Yeah.
She is something else. She's just like randomly hooking up with like adult men having temper tantrums outside the bar, and like
Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I knew a lot of chicks in high school.
I guess it just
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a stretch for me. I mean, I don't know what 2024 high school looks like or whatever, but I can tell you in 1994 high school, that shit was happening.
it definitely didn't help me put into scale how old everybody was supposed to be.
Yeah, I guess that stuff tends to not bother me that much unless it's super egregious, because that's sort of, I mean, that's almost a horror trope at this point. We got 35-year-olds playing high school kids, you know, it's whatever.
Yeah, because how else you gonna have titties in these movies?
We don't get any titties though. That is a bummer.
That's the thing.
But I'm saying in general in horror, you know, Friday the 13th, and that's another thing. I don't know, Kat. I feel like you're being a little unfair to it, because we have things like Halloween where they change an entire relationship between Michael and Laurie. You know, there's so many things, like the franchise has to be updated. You know, like it's living within its same realm, but I don't know, like being 2-3 years off isn't that bad.
It is, but it is bad is the thing. It didn't bother me the first time I saw it, because like it's a good film. It's like a good turn your brain off, watch it, get spooked a little bit, root for your characters. Like I had a really good impression of this, but just in longevity, I don't think it holds up real well. And they reset the timeline for Halloween a bunch, but we weren't resetting this. Like we were building off of the foundation that 4 worse, 4 definitely set, but we didn't build off of it real well. It's like, it's one of those flimsy card houses. It's gonna fall right over.
Yeah, I mean,
and it did, because 6 happened.
But it's 2023. I mean, they had to do something.
Sort of beating up on Kat for being like, you know, we always see older people playing high school kids and stuff. But I also understand that sort of thing is kind of situational, right? Because there are times when it bugs the shit out of me in certain movies, and other times where I don't even think about it. This just happens to be one where I don't think about it.
And I think it doesn't help that I watched that kid grow up on a show already, but it is frustrating because I feel like they did a really good job with casting otherwise, you know, like I feel like everyone's roughly the same age range, and then there's one guy that's older and one girl who looks younger but is dating a full-on adult man. And it's just like
again, that I know that scenario plays
I feel
out
like that should have been the horror movie. Like I wanted to know what was going on with that guy.
I mean, that shit used to happen at my high school all the time. But
That's the kind
I
of
think
thing that in 2020, whatever, 1, we were
Yeah.
more aware of as a society. That was like a much
Yeah.
bigger no-no. And I don't know. And then they're
Yeah.
all like, that's one of those scenes that just really frustrates me because the bartender like throws them all out for fighting. Like, even though
Mhm.
there's an adult man creeping on a high schooler.
Well,
and
he
it's
should have
like,
thrown the high schoolers out for being underage.
That's true.
He should
That's
have.
step one.
But he didn't. He let the high schoolers in there to like drink and hang out. And then once there was a dangerous predator, is like, go wait outside, kids. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
And it's none of the stuff bothered me the first time, but like as a French, as we go back and we rewatch and we have to start nitpicking at stuff,
Mhm.
5 just has a lot of strings that you can pluck at.
I mean, I will also say this. I've been a bartender before, and I can tell you, if people are getting into an argument or a fight at my bar, I'd toss them all out too, and I don't give a shit. All I want is you out the fuck of my bar, so you're not my problem anymore.
Especially liquor involved. That's fair.
And I liked it for like, I liked a lot of things about it, but
Yeah.
it's just like looking back at it, it's so easy to like start pulling stuff apart. The other big thing I think, and I've talked about this before, because we were on the show when I saw 5 Cream in a theater, but I think Jenna Ortega gives too believable of a performance, and that's never a criticism that I want to have in a movie, but the suspension of disbelief in Scream is held up by everyone being on the same page about their performance all the time, and there's just like a lot of hokey silly stuff that happens, and Jenna Ortega gives like such a compelling, like, she seems like she's in genuine pain. There are scenes that are kind of hard to watch and that feel very gruesome because she's having like a really tough time, and she gives like, and it's hard to like knock the movie points because Jenna Ortega did too good. But when you compare that scene where she's in the hospital, she's in the empty hospital for whatever reason, the suspiciously empty hospital, and she's rolling like in her wheelchair with the like damaged hand, and she's crying and she's sobbing and like she's got real tears coming down her face, and you compare that to Chad getting stabbed 18 fucking times in the spine in the same movie, which is crazy because he comes back and does that a second time in 6, but he did it for the first time in 5, and it's like those side by sides, just like it's hard to watch, like in terms of suspension of disbelief.
I think the hospital being empty is explained because they move her to a private floor, which, by the way, if someone's trying to kill me, never move me to a private anything.
Yeah.
Right? Don't put me on a private floor. In fact, don't even put me in a room. Set my shit up out in the hallway where everyone can see
more
me.
People.
Yeah. I want more people around, not less.
All right. Well, my number 2 is Scream 5. This movie was incredible. The fact that they kind of start over, they still had the 10 poles of the original, like Dewey and Sydney and everybody and Gail. So they had that there, but they were drawn back a lot, and they were setting up, they were easing the audience into this new cast, which I think was genius to do. It's like so many people get so mad, myself included, when you get a new character that you're not used to, like Nightmare on Elm Street still can't recover. Very different, but still it's the same problem nonetheless. And I feel like they're easing the audience into it and having these older characters kind of there to tell us, hey, they're okay. You can like them, and it worked out great in 5. And it was so well that we thought they got a whole new fucking franchise going. They restarted everything. This cast is so good that it can continue a whole nother story into this franchise. And we were all ready to go on at 6, kind of walk that back a lot, but that's a whole nother story. That's how good 5 was. The aggressive Ghostface that we got, dude, that was the best Ghostface to me out of all the movies, original included. I don't care. He was that good. He was like not over the top, like a difference between Halloween and Rob Zombie's Halloween difference in the character. He looked exactly the same, and he did the exact same shit, but there was just a little more oomph into it, and it was fucking perfect.
Mikey, I will back you up. Out of Mask Ghost Faces, I don't like 5 that much, but in Mask Ghost Faces, 5 is my favorite.
He is.
Yeah,
hands down.
Don't talk about Ghostface like it's a person, Mikey. It's a uniform.
Well, that's the thing. He is a person, though. In the world of the movie, That's Ghostface. You know,
but it's not
like
one person. It's a bunch of different people is the thing. You always say he's
right.
Whatever. Like it's whoever's wearing the costume is the person.
Yeah, I understand, but he looks the same. He acts the same. He talks the same.
Yeah, that's isn't that kind of a fault of the franchise that he always acts the same and everything?
No, it's not, because to the viewer, he's a character. Like, I understand what you're saying. Like, I get it, but it doesn't matter, man. The whodunit is just kind of the thing at this point. The foundation was laid so well and the character was so dope that it's like he is a character, and it's kind of like an understood thing for Scream. I think we should applaud them for being able to do something like that, because it makes no sense. I get what you're saying. You're right. But at the same time, you're wrong, because it's just fucking Ghostface, dude.
I do think that's why Cult of Ghostface could have been such a thing in 6, because we've always been watching people try to channel this mythical character of Ghostface, who is in fact just other people wanting to get revenge and get away with it with an existing MO. I think that's why it would have been really interesting, because they could have really played with like what it's like when so many other people try to step into this role, and it could have been good. We didn't get that.
But either way, yeah, 5 was so fucking good. I loved it so much. And kind of like I said about 4, we haven't seen Ghostface in a while. Scream's coming back. Holy shit, it's one of the big ones. Now no Wes Craven, so that was this thing should have been horrible. Like, it had every reason in the world to be terrible, and it was so fucking good. And, you know, that as much time as they put into in 6 with, you know, the whole museum and trying to bring back a character, and they fucking picked Kirby for some goddamn reason. All this stuff, like Billy dude, I lost my shit when I seen Billy on that screen. And it was genius, and it was perfect to me. I know people pick it apart. I've seen it. I've gotten into the arguments myself. I thought it was incredibly genius that they did that. Was he a little older? Sure. But god damn it, man, they did a great job making that motherfucker look like Billy Loomis. This movie was my time. You know, like, I loved it so much, so maybe it meant more to me, but goddamn, was that a huge deal.
That's another big point I'll give you for 5 Cream, Mikey, is that because I also saw people picking apart Billy Loomis. I think it was very clever that they were talking about like elevated horror, and then they took such a bold psychological direction as to have a fictionalized like Uncanny Valley Billy Loomis there. Like, it was smart. It worked.
It was so good. It was so fucking good, and I love that damn movie so much. And it broke my heart. You guys talking about sitting in the theater for 6. Dude, I sat and stared at that screen for so long. I was like, no fucking way. No. How do you fail with what you had? How?
Did you see it in 3D?
No, I didn't see it in fucking 3D.
Maybe that would have fixed it, Mikey.
Slashy Award winner, by the way, the person who decided to put that movie in 3D.
Not the worst decision.
Just the most interesting decision.
Yeah. All right, Rob. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is also Scream 5.
Hell of a deal.
There's a lot to pick apart. You can't pick this movie apart, and I've heard people do it. But I really don't give a shit. There are a few things that I don't like. I don't like how much it nods to the first movie. I get why they were doing it. I still don't like it. I don't like that it ended up at Stu Macher's house. It seems stupid to me. Especially when they're at Stu Macher's house, and then Sydney tells them you're at Stu Macher's house, and they do like that pull-out shot, like it's a reveal.
It was so dope.
Dude.
We've seen the house again, Rob, damn it.
Yeah, but I knew it was the fucking house.
I know, but
it was be revealed to me. I already knew what fucking house it was at.
But it was just such a moment, man. God damn it. You don't get this movie.
I didn't care for that. I did not like, my biggest complaint was the Billy Loomis thing. I just found it unnecessary. And I think the de-aging looked a little funky on him. I don't think it looked all that great. But I'll be honest with you. When I sat down to make this list, I almost put this at number 1. I loved this movie. I did.
All right, now it's like carried away.
I debated.
I almost wish you had, because that could have been the thing that we picked on you for.
I'd have never spoke to you again.
It could be our new Halloween 2018.
That'd have been the last fucking straw, Mr. Humphrey. I'd have never spoke to you again. This has been a strange show. I wouldn't talk to you no more.
I seriously considered it. That's how much I like this movie. And yes, there are problems, but I didn't give a shit. Like it's a lot of fun. It's a brutal Ghostface again, like you mentioned, Mikey, more brutal than we've ever seen Ghostface before. I love the fuck out of it. I mean that thing that they do with the guy that Cat hates, the Wes, Lemon Square's son, where they're doing all the fake outs is so fucking good. It's so great.
That's a great, like, I was going to say 2 minutes. I don't know how long the scene is. That's a great scene.
Yeah, it's wonderful. And I've heard so many people complain about it. I don't know why. I mean, I think it's great. And they're doing all that. And we see Lemon Squares run up and fucking Ghostface isn't even in the house. He's like stabs her out front. And yeah, I get it. She's being murdered in broad daylight in the suburbs in her front yard and nobody knows this, but I don't give a shit.
That's the biggest problem.
I'm having fun with this movie from beginning to end. It was really great. And it made me, after 3 and 4, I finally gave a shit about watching Scream again. Like I was excited about Scream again. You know, they finally had put together a cast that I thought they were going to be able to hand off this franchise to. We all know how that turned out.
No fault of the cast.
Yeah, I just, I really liked it. And I did consider putting it to number 1.
Son of a bitch. Why you gotta ruin that? Even when you're right, you gotta fucking ruin it. Jesus, man. I'd have been so mad at you.
My number 2 goes to Scream 2. When it came up earlier, I think because I understand this one feels like a sequel, but I think we don't get, and like, this is for me the gold standard of sequel. In later installations, I really like to see crazy swings. I like to see stakes escalated. I like to see, them try new things. But in terms of just like early sequels, the first sequel, I really do think this is the gold standard. It takes the premise of the first one. We follow a cast of coherent characters that carry over from that first movie. We get a little bit more into the lore, and it still carries that vibe, and it's something that we say, because when we love horror movies, when we love like the first and installation of something, it's always sad that it's like it goes immediately downhill after that. We don't get to see enough, of that golden era of the thing. We didn't get to see it with, like Nightmare on Elm Street. We got to see it a little bit with Halloween, which I think is cool, but I think like the best one at just holding a tone steady from 1 to 2 is Scream. I love this movie. It's obviously sad that Randy dies, but it's like you said, when we were talking about it earlier on the list, like it did give that feeling of nobody is safe. And that's something that I really didn't feel in any of the other Scream movies. Even like after Scream 2, I kind of felt like everyone was safe. Even in 5, it was like, I knew it. I really liked the way that they handled Dewey's death in 5, but I didn't feel like he got picked off because nobody was safe. I felt like Dewey and Gale and Sydney being safe was a complaint for so many movies that bringing it back, one of them had to die. Like, it didn't feel like a crazy, ooh, anybody can get it at any time. It just kind of felt like here's our obligatory big death for the requel, but 2, watching Randy go, like that was the last time I felt like real shock in this franchise. And I think it was really well done. I think it holds up very well.
I agree with you about Dewey's death. I didn't think for a minute that we were going to see Sydney or Gale die in the same movie.
Yeah.
I was expecting Gale to die in 6. I thought they were slowly killing off the legacy characters.
Yeah.
To hand it off to the new character. I didn't think we'd ever see Sydney die. I just expected her not to be back in 7. She was going to get her sort of happy ending off screen.
Yeah.
But yeah, Randy's death had that impact because he was a major character in the first movie and one that fans seemed to really love.
Yeah.
So for him to be killed off in that movie, it was kind of like, oh shit.
And that's the last time I really felt like Scream had that.
Mhm.
And we've already talked about both of my two favorite scenes from this. But I think it has some of like the best tension building that has like really stood the test of time, you know? Like I'm always excited to rewatch Scream 2, and that I've been watching it for years and years at this point, and I'm never less excited, and it's because we have scenes like the sound studio and the fucking car scene.
Dude, I
gets me
still
every
tense up
time.
when I watch the car scene. I still tense up when they're climbing over him to get out of the car.
I tensed up this week.
Yeah. Now it is good. I do think, though, a lot of the things that you're talking about when I was rewatching them this week are like keeping the tone solid and everything. Also, though, kind of for the first time watching it, it felt like this is just kind of Scream, but not as good.
See, I think it, well, I mean, obviously my ranking, I guess, speaks a little bit to that, but I didn't feel like it was Scream, but less good. I felt like it was just like more Scream. And it's so rare to have that in it. Like I said, Halloween does it a little bit, but it's so rare to be watching a movie that you really like and it gets turned into a franchise and you're like, your wish was that you got more of the thing. And I feel like a lot of time we get like that monkey's paw twisted, like you get more of the thing, but it's bad. But the Scream 2 delivered. Like it's the one I got exactly more of the thing. And even as we know, as I've mentioned on the show, my favorite horror franchise is Saw, and even Saw 2, which I think is incredible, did not give me more Saw. It gave me like an escalation of Saw that was eventually going to wear itself out, because I think these movies generally tend to escalate too quickly. My favorite thing about Scream as a franchise is that for one movie, I got more Scream exactly. Like I got that energy exactly across the board, and that's what I wanted.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, it's just, to me, it played a lot like Jaws 2, which is just Jaws, but not as good. And that's kind of what it felt like this time when I was watching it.
Yeah. And I like I've always had it like a little, like I don't know, like I have it middle of the road, you know, and I've always kind of felt that way about it, because it was just like, okay, it was good, but like what was it? You know, it was always the feeling I got from it, but a great film nonetheless.
And it takes place in Ohio.
Yeah, I gotta mention that.
I was just throwing it out there because I learned that for the first time. I had no idea that it was supposed to be in Ohio. I was looking the movies up as I was, starting them, and I was like, "This is fucking Ohio."
It's almost as bad as saying it's from Canada. Like, you realize that, right? That's right there.
Saying Windsor College apparently is supposed to be in Ohio.
I don't know. It's a better Ohio than Nightmare on Elm Street, I will have to say.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's no fucking palm trees in this one.
Ohio. Anyway,
hey, Cat's from Ohio. Be careful.
He's right.
All right.
You want me to hit the button for you, Cat?
Yeah, go ahead and hit that thing a second time.
Ohio. All right. So that's our rankings for the Scream franchise. They will be thrown in and mashed up. And
we didn't even tell what our number ones were yet.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We skipped one.
Look at me.
Yeah. The most important one, you dumbass.
Our bonding moment, Mikey.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Should we all just say what it is and then we can talk about the movie instead of doing it individually?
What's your favorite scary movie?
It's Scream.
Right. Yeah. It's obviously it's the original Scream.
That would have been so funny if Rob hadn't picked it.
The only note that I have for this is the only thing that I don't like about this movie is when Ghostface shows up randomly in the grocery store. It makes no sense, and it's never worked for me, and I don't understand it. That's the only thing that they got wrong. Everything else in this movie is great.
I can see that. He's stalking her.
Yeah, but he's just walking around a fucking grocery store dressed like that. Come on.
I know, yeah.
It's fucking dumb.
All right, yeah, it's fair, but this movie's great, man. This is a great film, and I say it all the time. I talked about it earlier. Like, just what it stood for was a lot, man. Like, who knows if we live in an alternate universe at this time, what does the slasher genre look like if we don't have Scream? Because it was dying, literally. It was, borderline extinct, and the movie we were getting movies that we were getting from the Nightmare on Elm Streets and the Friday the 13th and the Halloweens at the time, it wasn't going to get better. You know, like they were dying and grabbing the last bit of money that they could on their way down in that sunken ship. Everything else that we were getting wasn't good. Like it just, you know, we were going more into that paranormal lane, and Scream came out, and then we got, you know, for better and worse, you know, I Know What You Did Last Summers and the Urban Legends, and, you know, some of them hit, some of them missed, but at least it showed hope, man. And then, you know, shortly after that, even the original franchises were starting to step it up because they were like, holy shit, you know, and they were trying to do what they could do. And it very important film. And it's just so, like, Ghostface is such a clean, smooth look. Like, I love it so much.
Yeah, that's why it's my 61st top horror movie of all time.
Motherfucker. Why you gotta do me like that?
For those of you that didn't listen to our 100 best horror episode, this is Mikey's favorite horror movie of all time.
Yeah.
Top horror movie, I'm sorry.
Number one.
I made a whole thing about the distinction. And it's
Yeah.
top horror movie.
Number one.
Yeah, I will say I've been feeling really burnt out on the Scream franchise lately. On the Scream franchise, it's had a rough news cycle. I've not been super into some of the later sequels, and even 5, which I really liked. I'm worried about long term, so I've not been feeling Scream as much lately. The last year or so, I'd say, has been kind of rough sailing with that one. I wasn't really looking forward to doing all of this. Like I said, I almost thought about not rewatching them. Sitting down and watching Scream is just such an experience, though. And it's hard to be mad about all of the other shit in the franchise and the community and everything else when you're watching that first Scream movie. It is so good. It has held up so well. And watching it feels like it, and it's like Mikey said, you know, that was a moment in horror history where Scream was really needed. And watching Scream today feels like being back in that moment, you know?
Sure.
Yep. It's
Sure, Robbie should be nicer to it.
It's a great movie. It really is. And yeah, I mean, I like I said, I considered putting 5 at number 1.
I really wish you had. That would just be so funny.
You know,
I wouldn't talk to him anymore.
I couldn't do it. I mean, as good as 5 is, I mean, this is Scream just stands out above all the others in this franchise, which, by the way, is throughout is a solid franchise all the way through. I mean, I pointed out a lot of complaints about these movies because that's what happens when we start arguing about rankings.
There has to be like a psychological effect for that, right? Because I get so argumentative about movies on this show that I like that I'll go home and watch.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, it'll be movies that I like, and I'm still like, oh, screw you. This is dumb, and this is dumb, and this is dumb. But
except for 6, I really won't watch 6.
Yeah, 3 is the only movie in this franchise that I would consider bad. Everything else is at least decent to amazing.
True.
And we were talking about the news cycle. Did we ever talk about the latest news on Scream 7?
I don't even think we did, no.
I don't remember if that came out or if we talked about that or not. I can't remember.
That might have been when we were doing games.
Because it's a rumor, right?
No. Well,
I don't know if it's a rumor.
That's the last I seen.
Or if it's confirmed, but
it's pretty much confirmed.
Soft confirmed.
It looks like there's going to be a time jump, and the movie's going to involve Sydney and her kids.
Which I just want to point out, 3rd time that we're passing this off to a new generation of people.
Yeah. I mean,
I understand they have
this
to.
One a little,
but
a little
it's frustrating.
They lost their entire cast.
Right.
So, I mean, I guess you got to kind of give them a pass a little bit, but I don't know what else you do. But
it's their own fault. But
when I heard that, I was really like, oh no.
You know what else you do? Cult of Ghostface.
I would like to see that movie eventually. That would be nice. And also, I feel bad for Mindy and Chad. We're never going to know what happened to them at all, I guess.
Nope.
Chad lives forever. Chad's the first superhuman in that universe. And Mindy complains to him a whole bunch about it.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, I don't know that I'm super excited about that direction, but again, I'm not real sure what else they do. I mean, you got to do something.
Yeah. Well, we just gotta wait and see what the fuck they do, man. There's no fucking telling right now.
Yeah.
All right, so that's our ranking. of the Scream franchise. And Rob thought it would go smoothly. Imagine.
Wait. Rob thought it was going to go smoothly, knowing full well he put 5 above 2. Like, how did you not think I was going to fight you about that?
I mean, Mikey also put 5 above 2. Mikey put 4 above 2.
I know, but Mikey wasn't the one who thought this was going to go well. Mikey knew what he did.
I'm thinking about putting 5 as 1 too. Yeah, I mean,
I did. I seriously considered it. I really like that movie. I think it's really good.
I wish I could go back to the first time I saw 5, because I've never been so impressed with a Scream movie maybe ever in my life.
Maybe that's part of it, Kat, is I think this is only like the 3rd time I've watched it.
I've seen it a bunch.
It's really, really impressive. I think it's really good.
That might be it, because I did go see it a lot of times in theater.
Oh, no. Yeah, this would be the 4th time I watched it, because I did see it twice in the theater, because I went to see it opening night by myself, and then my kid wanted to see it, so we went back. I saw it again.
What'd little Rob think of it, Rob?
He liked it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right. Good.
Oh, final moment of coming together. I actually asked Mr. Cat's boyfriend for his Scream rankings.
Oh. You gotta get those.
Was previously his favorite franchise. This was previously his favorite franchise. He actually has also
surpassed by what?
It has been surpassed by Friday the 13th.
And what? And he said what he said about those movies. God damn it, Mr. Cat's boyfriend guy.
I see you, Mr. Cat's boyfriend guy. Watch all the Halloweens and get back to me.
We're working our way through them. What happened was that he really liked Scream up through Scream 5, up through 5 Cream, and then we watched a bunch of Fridays, and he was like, no, it's Scream. And then we saw Scream 6 in theater, and he was like, oh boy. And then we watched Jason X.
One movie. Oh my God, like, that's what did it.
I liked Jason X a lot more than I liked Scream 6, and I was like, I'm not gonna fight you on that. That's the best take you've had all day.
Yeah, I wouldn't fight him on that either.
That's him getting on your good side, Cat. God damn it, Mr. Cat's boyfriend guy.
But yeah, it was previously his favorite franchise. It was his first favorite franchise. Like, he got really excited about this in a way he did not get excited about Nightmare on Elm Street, much to my irritation. And
he knows what Freddy does.
Stop it.
So I asked him for his Scream rankings. The initial list he sent me was a little bit wonky, I'm not gonna lie, but I
told him to fix it.
No, I was like, you go back and you do this homework again.
He sent it to me, and I was giggling so much, because it's like, I'm gonna talk about this at the end of the episode, and we're gonna have to get that cattle prod out. Like, I thought it was so funny. But like, one at a time throughout the day, he's been texting me like, can we swap these two? Can we swap these two?
He's worried. He's worried is what it is. That's a victim right there.
He knew that I was going to talk about it on the show, I think, and he really thought about it. So the flippant answer that I got in the morning is not where we landed. He actually landed with my rankings, which I was really disappointed by,
Cat's boyfriend,
because it's like, that's not like going to be funny to talk about. I will say the one deviation.
That's fear.
He went back and forth on this. And he has not seen my rankings. He doesn't know that we have the same rankings until he listens to this episode when he catches up to the show. Because I was hoping he'd switch a few more times. I wanted to see the chaos.
Yeah, I mean, he's still goddamn 5 months behind on the show.
He is. But the one deviation, and I want to throw this out here because I think it'll really irritate Rob. He's on the fence because in the middle, his number 3 and 4 spots are tied. So he's been kind of flip-flopping back and forth on which direction they go in. And that is 3 and 5. He thinks 3 and 5 are roughly the same. Which even I, who have it at 1, 2, 5, 3, think is insane.
That's crazy.
I think
that's wild.
Absolutely insane. And he did
5 might be number 1. It might be. We don't know.
Before he went to bed, he had it at 1, 2, 5, 3, but he's been back and forth about it so much that it's like, I was really kind of hoping that 3 was going to be his 3rd favorite.
God damn it, man. Get the cattle prods out. Enough is enough. The fact that 3 is almost top 3 in that franchise.
The fact that he can't decide between 3 and 5 because they're such different movies. Like,
Jesus, man.
Yeah, they're very different.
At the bottom, I was like, which one do I not like? is it 4 or 6? You know, but those feel like roughly equivalent movies to me. 3 and 5, like, oh boy,
God damn it.
that's rough. But he came out with the correct answer, so we can't be as mad.
No, we can still be mad. He's still, no. The fuck? I'm getting a cow. He's getting at least one poke. Just one. This is like a warning poke. All right, so that's our rankings for the Scream franchise. Next week, we'll be doing Child's Play. So all the Child's Play movies. Are we putting the remake in there?
Yes, we count remakes.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
We did the fucking remakes for the other ones.
Yeah.
All right, well.
Plus, that's the
That
only
doesn't
one with
change
real
much.
Chucky.
That's right. It's the only one that's got the real Chucky.
Rob, you already broke my heart enough, man, with the whole Scream 5 number 1 thing. You got to do
I
this
didn't
too.
put Scream 5 at number 1. I thought about it, but I didn't do it.
That's as bad as Mr. Cat's boyfriend guy thinking about putting 3 as number 3, dude. It's the same thing.
Say, I think 5 and 1 is as egregious as 5 and 3.
5 Cream is really fucking good, you guys. It's really.
It's not that
good.
good,
It's not better
dude.
than 1. It's not better than 2.
It might be better than 1. I don't know.
God damn. Halloween was the one that we should all came together on, and Kat kind of, did what she did. Like Scream is the one where it's just that there's, I guess Halloween should have been 2, but like that, there's no question. And you made a question of it. How the hell?
I also can't believe I'm having more disagreements with Rob, even though our list is, I think,
they were identical.
Yeah.
Like 2 weeks ago.
I know. And we're still a lot closer overall than Mikey putting 4 that high. Just
great movie, man. I stand by that.
Me.
I stand by that. I love
Mikey's
that
the
movie.
reason I think Slasher Radio approved.
And again, though, not really. You guys both gave it an approval score at least around that. So
No, I give it a 6 something.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a while. I wouldn't mind going back and adjusting the port noise because my first 5 to 10 are all over the fucking place.
The problem is we've talked about it for so long.
I know.
But we've gone so long without doing it that the list has gotten absurd. Maybe we could just start every now and then we'll do 20.
I gave it a 6.8.
Look at you getting in there. Yeah, that's hot. You knew my number was going to be high.
Kat gave it a 7.4.
I would not give it a 7.4 today.
And you gave it a 9.1 like a goddamn moron.
Yeah, but even if I gave it an 8, it would have been a round approval. You knew it was going to be at least an 8. I gave it an 8.2. It's approved. I mean, you knew it was going to be an 8.2 all day.
I just give the movie scores. I don't think about what you guys are going to score them.
Neither do I. But I'm just saying, if you had to guess, you had to think it'd be at least a low 8, right?
It's not a bad movie. It's just not a good Scream movie. That's all.
6.8 that's mean.
No, I think it's about right for that movie. It feels right.
What do you think about that idea? We just, every once in a while, when we don't feel like doing a movie.
The issue is that once we reach a certain point, I feel like my port noise are pretty consistent. It's just, it was rocky start. I wouldn't mind going through and being here are my 5 movies that I fucked up the score for.
That wouldn't be a bad one either, to do it that way.
Because I do think I've gotten more consistent.
That might be the way to do it. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. We'll just pick however many we want to redo. Yeah, because I see a couple I would change as well. Maybe I'll watch A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night with subtitles and see. Because I gave it a 6.1. Maybe it'll change something.
The only one that stands out to me is I would go higher on Zodiac, I think.
I would go a little bit lower on Zodiac, I think.
Absolutely.
I think I gave it a 9.7, but I feel like it should be a 9.8.
Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, I gave it a 7.8. Kat gave it an 8.7.
Yeah.
Fucking Zodiac's amazing.
That's a little high.
All right, so we'll talk about that another time, but we'll do that eventually. I feel like Book of Shadows should get lowered a little bit too. Not that it has much room on that side of the scale, but still.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really look at them that much. I haven't really thought about it. There's not much I would change.
Yeah, not too much. But that's not a bad idea.
Next time Rob's on the road, you and I can go through and adjust his port noise.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm changing all of them. I can tell you that right now. Every fucking one. You'd get a 0 as we stand, Mr. Humphrey.
I will say the one perfect score on there, Jack Frost, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
God
no
damn
regrets.
God damn, we have 136 movies on this list. Well, give or take, because some of there's B movie scores in there, but about that, 130 movies.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's almost like we do one of these every week.
maybe I'll figure out a way to publish this, like for the patrons, to where like I don't know, like because it is very interesting. Maybe even publicly, I don't know. Like it is very interesting of a concept. So we'll see. Maybe I'll think about that. The sheet would have to be cleaned up tremendously. Actually, you know what? No, fuck it. We just put it out like this. Fuck it. This is what you get.
Too bad we couldn't show them that first spreadsheet that we worked on together.
That would be very validating if they could.
The
see
one
the
that Kat almost quit the show over.
The argument-filled spreadsheet. I remember I would get into work and we would argue on a fucking spreadsheet the goddamn morning. Shit was funny as hell. I just look over and there's an active argument going on via Excel cells. I was like, they're just popping up like instant messages. I was like, what the fuck?
You know, sometimes I see like calls for epistolary horror where you can tell like scary stories in the form of something other than just like normal narrative prose. And every now and then I think about that spreadsheet, and then it was like, no one would believe that a group of adults would argue in an Excel spreadsheet.
Via spreadsheet. Ooh, the haunted spreadsheet. Or the killer
you.
spreadsheet. Like someone's being haunted by like as they're trying to work, there's just messages.
The
popping
title's
up.
right there. The title's Dead Sheet.
Dead Sheet. Ooh. Wow. That, you know what? That is really good. Deserves one of these. All right. Patreon.com/SlasherRadio. Tiers starting as low as $3 a month. There's a 1 week, 2 week free trial. There's a free trial on there. Go check it out. It's free to look. Tiers starting as low as $3 a month, but you do get an extra show every week with the fucking tier 2 and up. That's only $6 a month, guys. Come on, support the show. Ad free on there as well. I've seen people bitch about ads before. I don't know why you're bitching. Nothing is for free. God damn it. You know, if you don't want to deal with the ads, just, you know, support the show and you get ad free as well on there. All visuals also go up on the Patreon. So go support the show, please. Patreon.com/SlasherRadio. Follow us on Twitter @SlasherRadio. And also YouTube, if you can give us a sub on there. And, you know, we've been getting some compliments on our videos. So a lot of gaming stuff on there, a lot of stuff from the show. The interviews do get chopped up. So, you know, I see a lot of people, especially in today's age where, you know, media is so short, you know, it's a little more condensed. So if you're a fan of the show and you just want little bits and bites and all that shit, the YouTube is a good spot for that as well.
You know, attention span having motherfucker.
That's true. And I'm at Mikey's Dead on Twitter if you want to give me a follow. You can also listen to the show that I swear to God I still do.
Damn it, don't you dare. Don't even say it. Don't even fucking say it.
With Little Miss Huge Clown Penis, Ali Surreal, it is called Cult FM. Look, we were going to record this last Friday, yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Some stuff came up and we were ready to go. We were going to record. We planned it and everything, and it just didn't happen. But I will say this. There is a chance that by the time this show comes out, that episode will be out. Mm-hmm. So I could be talking a little bit out of turn because she doesn't know this yet, and she's sleeping and farting and snoring in bed right now. But I do plan on bothering her tomorrow to see if we could just record it and get it done.
She told me you had to rewatch the movie first.
You believe that shit? She's trying to get me to watch The Ring again. What did I do to you people, man? I had to watch The Ring first of all. That's bad enough. Now she's trying to get me to watch it again. I just had to watch fucking Ringu. Rob's talking about rings. What the fuck, man? Why? Out of all the things to be tormented by, it's the fucking ring.
It would be such a power move if your birthday pick was rings. If you came on here complaining about Ringu more than anything and then just turned around and were like, actually.
I was thinking, you know, we each pick a franchise, Murder by Numbers next year. I might be locked in.
It's not a franchise. It's like three movies.
It is.
There's Ring.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
There's what? Ring 2.
You don't even know.
No, I don't fucking know.
There's Ringu.
God damn
There's
it.
Ringu 2. There's Ringu.
Oh God.
The first. There's Ring in America, the remake. There's Ring 2. There's I don't think we got the prequel, but we did get Rings. And then there's Sadako versus Kayoko. And then
I've seen that.
So yeah, 7. There are 7 at least.
Rob, you realize you gotta sit and watch those movies too, right?
No, I don't. I remember them well enough.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, so there is a chance that is out right now.
Right.
I'm hoping. If there's not, I got a little bit of a disclaimer here, but my goal is to have it out right now. So Either way, go check it out. Rob, what about you?
I'm on Twitter at Radio Rob123, and you can listen to the other show the Cat and I do together, the Nick fucking Woo Cagecast. That is Nick effing Woo Cagecast in your podcast player. There was a holiday weekend, and Cat was sick, so we did not record an episode on the Weatherman.
How dare you guys?
We'll have one coming right around the time Mikey and Allie finally released their episode on Ring.
It'll be out this week, I hope. How dare you guys, though, not record? How dare you miss a week? What the fuck? What's going on?
Yeah, it was a little fucked up.
Yeah, I have been really sick. I wasn't sure I was going to make this show. Yeah, but you can find me on Twitter at cat_velour, VOLEUR. You can check out my website, catvelour.com. You can pre-order my book, My Apologies to Tanya Grace. It is coming out through /Horror Press, and you can pre-order on Amazon. It is coming out in 2 weeks.
Nice. I also seen you have a Rob, I don't know if you know this, but Cat has an award show that she's doing too. That people can go out and vote for, right? Well, I don't know when this comes out, but they go vote for that.
They can.
Go vote for that award show. Well, I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. Cat does a bunch of shit she doesn't tell anybody about, so I don't know.
It's true.
I do a lot of stuff. It would be like a Cat plugs all the things hour. I also, it's really weird. It's a weird position because I'm not like hosting the award show, but I did do like the website maintenance for it. And then I was nominated for, and then it's like, I'm going to look like a jackass if I win this. Like, we've got to get me out of here. So then I took credit for hosting the show so that I could get my name off of the ballot. So yeah. So now I guess I'm hosting it. That's how you end up hosting award shows, guys.
Hell of a deal.
I'll be hosting next year's Oscars.
Rob showing up. I'm going to look like a jackass if I win an Oscar, so you better just let me host.
All right, guys. Yeah, Child's Play next week, so get your rewatches in if you need them. Good night from Slasher Radio. God damn it, Rob. If you would have put the original Scream as anything but one on this list.
How close were you?
I was pretty close. I mean, I debated it for maybe 15 minutes after I watched Scream 5.
It's too long.
All the best of Slasher Radio podcast.